I want to stop that right there. Now, you guys probably think I've been up all night, but I actually woke up early this morning. Woke up about 8 o'clock. Because today is a good day. I'm going out with my mother. It is 9:38. I got an hour and 20 minutes. So I'm trying to keep this video under an hour. I'm covering today out of respect. Because, hold on, I'm eating pineapple. Give me a minute. When I first get up in the morning, or midday, I don't care what time I get up, I have me some fruit. Right now I'm eating, or should I say I'm finishing up, pineapple, seeded watermelon, and mango. We're gonna go have lunch. And that's why I'm up. And of course, this is Anubis. I need to start introducing Anubis. This is my dog. This is my, I hate saying dog. This is my son, honey. You know, he hates being treated like an animal. Let me cover his ears up, excuse me. He hates being treated like an animal. So, you know, we're just gonna say he's a human for his sake, his peace of mind. But anyway, so today's video is very, 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 very serious. Now, what I'm sick of, this is what I'm sick of. I'm sick of Americans trying to appropriate other cultures and try to pass on this appropriation as their own truth, the way, and the light. And as I always said, if America was the land of the spirits, whether that's voodoo, ocha, orishas, whatever the case you want to call it, spirits, then America wouldn't be as cursed as it is. So I'm saying all that to say, I will never take spiritual advice on any type of indigenous spirits of any land outside of America. Americans cannot teach you nothing about, the lands of Europe, the land of Africa, the land of South America, and the lands of the Caribbean. And there's no tea, there's no shade with that. But I'm doing this video, which I was trying, woo, girl, I wanted to get on here last night and talk about this so much. But I said, bitch, fuck that. We're going to go to sleep. We're going to let spirit intervene. And if you wake up with it on your heart, bitch, you're going to speak about it. So there's a video going around of a lot of, and this video is going to be a mixture of a lot of stuff. And everything that I say here could definitely be researched by people who are actually a part of these cultures. And African Americans are not a part of what I just said. Or should I say Americans, period. White Americans, African Americans, or Hispanic Americans are not a part of any type of indigenous workings that come from, let's say, Santeria, Lukumi, Sensei, let's say voodoo, All you people here have watered down versions of that. And I tell you this, if you want to know real history about real spiritual work that deals with other countries or continents outside of this country, you need to get into contact with those people. And like I said, there was a video of an African American woman. You know, she likes to throw shade and call people men and women, you know. And it's just like, is it your testosterone, sister? Is it your masculinity that calls you to disrespect other women? And that's the problem I have with people, too. If you are a female or you are a woman and you call yourself a woman, but yet every time you open your mouth, you're disrespecting other women, honey, you are not a woman. You are, in fact, a man. You are perpetrating or appropriating, honey, the energy of the men. Because remember, in history, whether it's white, black, Hispanic, Asian, doesn't matter. Men have ruled, men have disrespected. And when I say ruled, I don't mean like they've had power over females, but they've disrespected, they've raped, they've beaten women, okay, for years upon years. So we have these women out here speaking about how they're a woman, but yeah, they're calling the other woman man, and she looked like a man. I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Bitch! How dare you? How dare you fix your woman mouth and speak about that? That's nothing that a woman would do. Only men disrespect women, just so you know that. And when I talk about disrespect, I mean respect is earned. So if I ever disrespect a motherfucking woman, it's because a woman disrespected me. And if you do not know, I'm a trans woman. So anyway, either way, so this individual, you know, I watched the foolishness come from their mouth literally all year long. And I think at one point people thought I was associated with this individual. And, you know, I'm just like, honey, it's cool that we both from California, but the shit that come out this bitch's mouth, it recycles what these other YouTubers do. The YouTubers that do not like me, because like I said before, I don't know you to like you. But it's just a different manifestation. So I don't know if they're feeding off of each other or if they're reading up on people and they're tapping into that energy. Because like I said, I've been doing energy work for 15 plus years. And what I know is when you look at people, listen to people, interact with people, you then take on their qualities. That's just how energy is. Energy is fluid. It moves, it molds, it holds. Whatever environment it is in, that water adapts to that situation. That energy adapts to that situation. So that's what I think it is. I think this person is such a fanatic with other people that they're almost copying them. And a big thing that's going on in the spiritual community on YouTube, especially the Black spiritual community, is homophobia and transphobia. And they're speaking as if they know the tongues of what they're speaking about. They speak as if they were born and raised in Africa, South America, Cuba, Hades, honey, Puerto Rico, as if they're from there and they know nothing about what they talk about at all. This person individually had actually made a video, and I don't know when the video was made. I don't give a fuck about what the video was made. Someone sent me a email speaking about this video, and I'm going to talk about it because I actually had a spiritual encounter with this individual. And that's what made me wake up and talk about this damn video. One of these spiritualists mentioned something online. And matter of fact, they all said it. So like I said, it's a redundancy. She mentioned about how she has real power, she has real ability, and all these other YouTubers are fake, fraud, and phony. And I agree with that. That's why I don't fuck with none of them at all. No YouTuber out here could ever say that associated with me because I don't fuck with him. We're talking about spiritual YouTubers. I don't fuck with you because a lot of these motherfuckers are about money. They're about acting like they're doing shit just to get money. It's not about real culture. It's not about real lineage power. It's about let me get into shit so I act like I know shit to get shit. But this individual in particular, because I said the other people already talked about them 2 years in a row, a year in a row. We're over them. This person spoke about how gays are not in voodoo. There's no gay babalawas. And it's so weird that she can speak her tongue to say that, but she can't say everything else right. She can't say Nicaragua correctly. She can't say Cuba correctly. She can't say Sanse correctly. She thinks that everybody is Santeria and that's it. She thinks that Santeria is a Latin-based culture only. And I'm about to school her today because, like I said before, if you keep your ass over here in America or over here in California and you have no corrections, no connections to the Caribbean at all, or Africa, bitch, you need to sit back and stay your ass over there in America. If you're in California, stay your ass in California, bitch, because your ignorance is poison. It's toxic. It's toxic, honey. And that's what's going on with this whole community now. This whole community on YouTube and off YouTube. There's a lot of poison being spewed out. And we all talk about cleansing and purifying and a purging that's taking place. Bitch, you're going to be affected by that shit too. Because it's not just the African ancestors that are upset and offended. Because spirit, the Orishas, are personified Ashe. If you don't know what that is, that's divine energy. They're personified energy to resonate or to allow you to rise to meet that Ashe. Okay, so that's what that is. But this person said here, and she, like I said, she talked about a whole bunch of bullshit. It's just like, girl, you know, you're just sitting here looking like this bitch. I mean, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about too, because she's reading other people down as if she knows what she knows. But in fact, the shit she's talking about is very European based too. And that's another thing too. There is no disrespect to, and I just want to say that as a disclaimer. Okay, I'm a very open-minded, culturally appreciative individual, which means I respect people for their cultural differences. If Chinese acted like Africans and Africans acted like Spanish and so forth and so forth and so forth, bitch, we'll be in a very boring world. And like I said, we'll all be boring. Girl, we'll all wear the same colors, talk the same way, act the same way. And that'll just be boring, bitch. Like, we need diversity. We need difference, right? So anything that I say out of my mouth in this video has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with me attacking certain religious groups. It's my personal opinion. It's my personal experiences. And I would like to say this as well. I have roots or connections to Europe, Africa, and the motherfucking Caribbean, including motherfucking South America, bitch. So let's just know that. And when I say connection, I mean in my blood. In my blood, honey. That's what I'm talking about. Not I sucked or I fucked someone from the Caribbean or from Africa or from Europe. It's in my blood, honey. It's my ancestry. So I can speak about this. And I know this. This is not what I heard. I was not adopted. I was not told a story. I was not told who I am. Bitch, I was raised up in it. So, first of all, let me break this down. Let's say it's going to be a loop about a lot of stuff, and I'm sure you guys can keep up. It's early morning, but I'm sure you could keep up what the fuck I'm about to say. You have this woman that are telling African Americans not to go to Paleros, not to go to Santeros, which she cannot say. She say Santeria. You know, she can't say what they is. But she's telling people not to go to Paleros, not to go to Santeras, because they need to go to an African to learn their shit. But little does she know that Santeria, Lukumi, Sansei, the 21 divisions are all Congo-based. Even the lengua, the tongue of Spanish-speaking people of the Caribbean, have Congo dialect. We talked about this in another video. So when these motherfuckers are sitting here speaking Spanish, and I say motherfuckers, I mean in her understanding, because that's she called them. She said motherfuckers, Spanish, Latin motherfuckers. When they're speaking Spanish, bitch, they're speaking the lengua or the tongue of motherfucking Africa. If you do not know that, they're speaking the tongue. When they're over here worshiping or venerating these ochas or these orishas, bitch, they're venerating African energy. While your black ass over here in America worshiping a white motherfucking Jesus. Backtracking back into this person. She does not like white people. She talked about how white people are devilish and they're disgusting and the crackers and they're weak DNA. But her actions tell me that she secretly admires white people, that she portrays self-hatred. And like I said before, self-hatred can go both ways. It can go you hating yourself and trying to protect that. Oh, what would you know what? I don't like nobody because you hate your motherfucking self. Or two, they would try to be a physical manifestation of what they hate. And we're not going to say they try to be. That's just it happens subconsciously because that's how energy works. Your mind is a very powerful thing, as I said before, and you will display what you really hate and what you really love. There's no one or the other. You either display what you hate or you display what you love. That's why they say don't hate anybody or anything because you will still act like that and then you'll look like a hypocrite. So she talks about how white folks this and that, they copy black people, they blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, that's an African American thing. That's an African American thing where they have an issue with white people admiring the African culture. And then they go into culturally appropriating or say they're culturally appropriating because they're using voodoo, which is gifts of the Congo. And I can agree to a degree because it's true. It's very much like the practices of homosexuality, the language of gays. Gay people have their own language and they still do. And heterosexual people penetrated that system or infiltrated, not penetrated, infiltrated, that system. And they took the language of homosexuality and the acts of homosexuals while they were shunning them and telling them that was a sin and that was an abomination, that was disgusting. They were behind closed doors in the exact same fucking shit. And the same thing with hoodoo and voodoo. They made that shit illegal and they were over here practicing that shit. Well, we're going to confiscate all your shit, all your fucking items, your herbs. And they were over here, well, how did they do it? I don't know. Let's figure it out. Then they had one bitch that she thought she knew everything. Well, I was close to those niggas. So I know how they did it. They took that root like that. They ground it up like that. They mixed it up like that. And voila. And they're like, oh my God. So you had a lot of undercover agents acting like they were for your ass, but they were stealing your shit in the process. And the same thing with what gays are experiencing now. You have a lot of people that act like they're for gays, the LGBT community, and they're really not. That's the sound fuck with people. Because a lot of people act like they're for the LGBT and they're really not. They don't fuck with you because they don't understand your energy. It's not about you liking dick or you liking pussy, because what I like is none of your damn business. What I have is none of your damn business. What bothers you is my energy. You cannot take that energy. And a lot of them can't take this energy because they can't take their own damn energy. So if you can't take your own energy, when different energy come to meet with your energy, it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you hate that. It makes you go, oh, I feel yucky. Why does it make you feel yucky? Why are you so concerned about what that grown man, that grown woman's doing behind closed doors? So this individual speaks about Spanish people not having connections to Africa and disrespecting a culture and a race of people that she know nothing about and she's not a part of. Disrespecting, saying you ain't got no power. You black folks need to go to a black man to get your power, not a black African American man. I hope that's not what I hope that's not what you're saying. Because bitch, you are representing that energy. You are representing that ignorance. That's what you're representing. So I hope they're not going to African Americans. I hope if they're going to go to African person, I hope they go to somebody that's from the lands or the land that still venerate that natural energy, not people that read about stories and interpret what they read and make up their own conclusion. Because that's what happens with you American people. That's what you do. The Americans, you come up with your own conclusion. You read shit and you say, well, don't remix it to me. That's not what I think. So I'm just going to say what I say and what I feel, and what I feel is correct. And it's really not. You know nothing about voodoo. As I said before, that is a lineage thing. And if voodoo is in your blood, recently, we're not talking about 300 years ago and it was locked out. If it was in your blood, bitch, it would have been in your family generation after generation after generation. Now, you didn't have to practice that shit openly, but it would still be there. So there's not my grandmother, I think she practiced voodoo, but she didn't want to tell me she practiced voodoo. You can't hide spirit, girl. So outside of her being ignorant and speaking about Spanish people, no, you don't go to Spanish and Azealia Banks is messed up because she go to Spanish people. Girl, believe it or not, low key, spiritualist to spiritualist, because that's what you call yourself, girl. Azealia Banks is motherfucking Latin. Okay. Now she could be African American all day long, but Azealia Banks grew up with Caribbean people. She grew up with Dominicans, honey. Cubans, honey. She grew up in that shit, girl. She know the tongue. Listen to her accent. Now, of course, I do feel like she suffers for a whole bunch of other tea too, which I'm going to that as well, DID. But she is definitely in that. Her thing is not getting associated with the wrong spiritual group. Her issue is like many of you people. You go to a priest. We want to say high priest because Babalawos are not high priests. People think that they're not. Babalawos are not high priestess. Baba means father, another word for leader, but they're not high priestess. They're not the highest up. When it goes into initiation and people getting crowned, believe it or not, Babalawos are not the ones that give you that. They're not the only ones that can. They're not the only ones that could interpret the Dilogun, which is the cowrie shells. They're not the only ones that can interpret that. Okay? So going into that, Azealia Banks' problem is not her being caught up with a Spanish house. And that's why she's getting fucked up, because she has those spirits over her too. That's why she talked like that. If a woman is a white woman and she have nothing but white spirits up over her, she's not going to want to imitate African people. If a white woman is imitating African people in any way, shape, or form, she has to have African spirits that work with her, because like the Bible says, you're in battle with powers and principalities, not flesh and blood. So you're looking at it from a physical point of view, and that's why you getting your shit fucked up. That's why your ass is in the garage. That's why your ass is at somebody else's house. That's why your ass ain't thriving and striving. That's why your ass is getting on the top from disrespecting other motherfuckers. And it ain't gonna last, girl. It ain't gonna last. It is not gonna last. You want to talk about divination, which, by the way, is not fortune telling. See, a lot of people got that misunderstood as well. They think that divination is fortune telling. Those are two different things. Fortune telling is very much a European thing. It's very much a paganistic thing. Divination is an indigenous thing. That is a process that takes days to complete, sometimes weeks to complete. Because as you do a reading or you do a divination, a reading from a divination, you have to close that shit out. And that's why I said people don't understand that. So this whole I did 30 divination works yesterday, and all, that's impossible. That's a process. That's impossible for you to do that, girl. And like I said, a lot of you are so-called African spiritual based, but you're using European terminology and European ways. And then you're getting upset because, well, the white folks is using our shit. Well, you're using their shit too. African people don't say witches. They don't say covens. African people don't use the term witching jar, witch bottle. They don't use those terms, girl. That's very much a European thing. So while you're saying you hate Europeans, you actually love them because you actually feel involved with that culture. And that's fine because, you know, in Africa, in African-American culture, that's why I say, what is the African-American culture? African-American culture to me is a little bit of African shit. It's a little bit of European shit. And if you're one of those privileged African-Americans, you also go into the indigenous shit. You know about root work. You know about nature. You know about how to naturally do things. You know how to live without technology, without wash machines. You know how to wash clothes without that because you are in tune with nature. But these other people, well, African-American culture is dreadlocks, and it's just that, and it's just like, girl, sit down. The Africans and the Caribbeans are really disgusted by you, honestly, truly. They're disgusted by you, honey. But going back into that, like I said, we gotta keep going back. Gays. This person said that gay people, LGBT people, are not in voodoo. There's no gay babalawos. She said there's no gay babalawos. She said that if you're a straight person, don't get work done from an LGBT person because that energy is very different, you know, very different. You know, and she, you know, this whole speaking with your face is also an ancient language. And I always tell people, when people do all that, you know, all that shit when they talking, it's them trying to pull out some energy that they have no connections with. That's acting. When we talk about blackface, let's take it to blackface. These people were acting. They were putting they were mimicking Black people, acting. Then you got these people, like I said, that come out now and it's, it's like, girl, there's a spirit that's caused you to do that because you don't vibrate with that energy. That is not your frequency, sis. So those spirits that are over you, you doing that whole facial shit, that's because you're trying to tap into something and try to make up shit that you're not connected to. So, like I said, when I saw that bitch do all that, the energy and the feeling, and it's like, girl, you are definitely active, girl. You need to sit your ass down somewhere. The Academy Award goes to that motherfucking spiritualist. And like I said, she says she's not associated with these other spiritual people, but I'm starting to see a lot of redundancy and repetition with this shit. I'm starting to see, girl. But anyway, she said that gays are not in voodoo. Yoruba, because voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Regla, Cuba, all that good stuff, honey. You know I get tongue-tied. Excuse me, girl. Anyway, all these African-based religions started from Yoruba. Obeya, Palomayambe, Kimbisa, all this good stuff. It started from Yoruba. Yoruba, southwestern Nigeria, and Benin. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit of vocabulary terms, and I hope that she's going to be paying attention to this so that she can be educated. Because I guess an American Babalawa or a Kofa, I guess somebody from America taught her about voodoo and hoodoo, or like I said, I don't know what shit. You don't know one of these motherfuckers is, because really, honestly, truly, people that are really a part of stuff don't come out and talk about it, because there's things that I'm connected to that I don't talk about. And I say this and I'll continue to say this. People that are connected with things don't come out and say, hi, y'all. I got initiated and I just want to say when I got initiated, girl, bye. You are a wannabe, because I didn't get associated. I didn't get initiated. I didn't become connected to any spirit for the purpose of gluttony or the purpose of being boastful or for the purpose of showing off that I have favor with this spirit. So it makes it look like I got power so people can come to me. You can feel power, girl. You can feel power. Look at the story of Cinderella. You can feel power. Nobody has to come out with a tiara and a wand, honey, and you say, that's a queen right there. Honey, the bitch could dress down. The bitch could come out with fucking peasant clothes, service maid outfits, girl. And you would say, something's different about that bitch because you feel that shit. But I want to educate you, and many of you out there that are watching right now. As I said before, I know people that are in Nigeria. Some of them were from Nigeria. They're in Thailand right now. They're in Europe right now. And some of them are in America. I know people that are from the islands, honey, including Jamaica, Hades, honey. Shout out to one of my Haiti people out there, honey. I'm still waiting for her to contact me. It's been a while since we talked, honey. Port-au-Prince, how you doing? Okay. And I know she watching still. You better call me, girl. You better call me before I blow up that iPhone. But anyway, so let me give you some words, okay, and definition of these words so you can better understand what I'm about to break down to you. LGBT is Yoruba. The gay people do have positions in the land of Yoruba. They do have positions in the Yoruba tradition and the cultures. Going into the Babalawos, not wanting females and gay men or feminine men from becoming priests is for one particular reason. And we talked about this before. That is an example of white culture getting into indigenous cultures. That's an example of that. Because, of course, these men are like, well, I'm a man, I'm the head of the house. And of course, they were taught that by Europeans when they colonized countries. Because we all know that the leader of the house is women. We all know that all households begin with and end with women. That's why they say a happy wife equals a happy life. when you fuck up your wife, she fuck you up. Honey, it takes a woman, come on, I gotta remind you, to start a family. It takes a woman to keep a household together. And like I said, I didn't grow up with my biological father, but I grew up with a male figure in the house. And even though my stepdad is very masculine, he's a Leo, even though he's very masculine and he's a leader and he rules that this is my house, I'm the man, he still bowed down and allowed my mother to lead. My mother made sure the bills are paid. She made sure the meals are made. She made sure that we were dressed. She made sure we went to school. She made sure we were getting good grades. She made sure that my stepdad had food. He had clothes on his back. His bills are paid. She made sure that when he went to work, he came home, that everything was made. Honey, that's what a leader does. As I said, going into this coven shit, these African people that don't like white folks, but yet they bring up witchy terms like coven and, they got Ilakis on, but yet they're witches. Hey, witches. Girl, you're not African-based, girl. But anyway, going into that. Oh, shit, I forgot what I was going with that because there's a lot of shit coming through my damn mind right now because I only have an hour to talk about this shit. It's going to come back to me. I'm going to talk about it, though, because going into the terminology that these motherfuckers use, it very much is a borrow type of shit. And they try to make it seem like it's their own shit. Like, well, this is our African culture. Like those Hotep people, too. They're no different. These fucking Hotep people talk about their ancient Egyptian land of Kemet, but yet they don't want to acknowledge that ancient Egypt wore wigs and they wore fucking makeup. They don't want to acknowledge that these pharaohs wore eyeliner, honey, and fucking wore wigs. They don't want to acknowledge that. These men went fucking bald and the woman had fucking hair. And in fact, the more extravagant your fucking wig was, the more higher up in status you were. Going into anal sex. You got a lot of these Hotep people and these African non-trained and non-traditional, should I say, talking about some gay sex ain't black sex, it's white sex. Because in Rome, they were fucking in the ass. They were doing that in Africa too, baby girl. That's how the DL community got started. And to this day, you're still doing it. To this day, you're still doing it. Because the white folks did it openly and out loud, and they were not ashamed of themselves. You decided to say, well, I'm not going to share it with nobody because that's humiliating. I'm a black man, and I'm supposed to be dominant and powerful. And what they don't think if I take dick up my ass. And that's why I say this, and I'll continue to say this, to my black and Hispanic gay brothers out there and gay sisters out there that are living in their truth, including transgenders, okay? My Latin and African transgender woman and man as well. I also applaud you, but definitely the gay men, because those who are open about yourself, it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of dignity, and it takes a lot of self-love and respect to openly say you like dick up your motherfucking ass. So I applaud you for that. I salute you for that. And I keep saying Latin and Hispanic. I gotta also include my Asians and my Arabics up in there as well. Because according to what people say, that the oppressor is the white man. So I gotta go back into, like I said, the whole DL epidemic. Number one DL people are black people. Second DL people are Hispanic people. Third DL people are Asian people. And the fourth is indigenous people. Like I said before, I salute you for being who you are and standing in your motherfucking truth and not bowing down or saying, well, being gay is white, so I'm black, I'm going to act like I'm not gay. I salute you. I have respect for you. I love people that are real with themselves. Because can't no motherfucker tell you anything about yourself that you don't know about. Can't no motherfucker change who the fuck you are. You are who you are and live in it. So, anyway, let's go back into the terminology. Because like I said, I got to, girl, I don't have time. Okay, so let's go into gays not being in Yoruba, as this girl said. And of course, you can do your history on gays in Africa. 1600s, things were documented. So anyway, you can go look into that. But we're going to go into things that from a source that is, here we go. The origins of gay being a European thing comes from a terminology called buck breaking, which is when a slave owner publicly penetrated their male slaves. So this is why a lot of these people, which are still enslaved mentally, assume that gay is European, not knowing that gay was actually a sacred art practice in ancient Egypt, ancient Asia, Mesopotamia, and motherfucking Africa. In all motherfucking parts, bitch. All motherfucking parts. Okay? With that being said, like I said, y'all still do it secretly. Y'all still do it. Go back. Black lesbianism did emerge into the gap created by the masters' emasculation of the Black man. So they were saying that Black lesbian, or this is the stereotype, they think that the reason why women act like men and women like men is because the men were then turned into feminine beings, which in return caused women to desire other women because it was that feminine energy. And all that right there is just dumb as fuck, because I'm going to tell you something about science, because that's what it comes down to. Fuck your etymology. Fuck what you think that you heard. Let's talk about science. For the first 8 weeks of pregnancy, everybody is motherfucking female. So with that being said, no matter how masculine you are, your nature is still feminine. Going into divination, when this bitch said that babalawos don't allow, there's no gay babalawos. There don't gotta be. There's no woman babalawos neither. But it does not mean that Oshun was not a divinator. It does not mean that Oshun did not specialize in divination. We all know that females are naturally intuitive. And the whole reason why there's no female or gay babalawos is because of the fear of feminine energy ruling this world. And that's exactly why Hillary Clinton was not voted into office. See, people sit here and they talk about how Hillary wasn't voted in office because she was a murderer and she killed people. And Donald Trump, he was voted because he wasn't like that. He had no association with the government. Bullshit. That motherfucker became a president, bitch. He associated with those motherfuckers. Okay? And if you too dumb to see that, girl, then you too motherfucking dumb. Okay? They're all connected. Hillary was not put into office for the same motherfucking reason why there's no gay babalawas. And there's no fucking female babalawas neither. Fear of feminine energy coming back, which is Isis energy, if you don't know, which we'll talk about that in another video too. It's the fear of the return of Isis. People are afraid of Isis. People are afraid of duality. People are afraid of that Shakti energy. They're afraid of it because they know exactly that your logic and reasoning and sensitivity will all be balanced, and they don't want that. They want you to either act out of sensitivity only, which will make you act impulsive, and they want you to act out of logic only, which will make somebody act out of compulsiveness. It'll make you be very compulsive and very impulsive. So they want you to keep it separate. There's no twining of both. And we all know that. That's a very much a European theory. So for you Black folks that want to separate homosexuality from heterosexuality and talk about that gays, this and that, blah, 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 you're definitely perpetrating your master's plan. As I always say, you're definitely a part of that agenda that you think you're not a part of. You think that they allowed you to keep even going to the Christians who talk about the governments are Satanists, you think they allowed you to keep your Bible because you had a higher hand than them? Well, the Most High said that they got to have it. You think so? You think so, girl? You think that come on now. The real shit they destroyed. Anyway. Let's go into it, honey. And of course, this ignorance that these people are putting out here are contributing to the murder of transgender people. It's contributing to gay bashing. It's contributing to homosexual men and women to stay in the closet and to do acts onto people. It's contributing to why your husband is DL, why he's getting popped in his ass when you're not at home, and you wonder why he got blood stains in his drawers, and he tell you that it's a fucking hemorrhoid. Honey, Hemorrhoids, in fact, one of the reasons for getting hemorrhoids in men is some anal motherfucking sex, if you don't know, improperly having penetration done to you. That's one side effect of motherfucking hemorrhoids. Some of your men sit and talk about, well, I got blood in my girl. He just might be getting popped in his ass. But yeah, my man ain't gay because he don't like homosexuals. He don't like passive homosexuals. No, he don't like active homosexuals. Excuse me. He like passive homosexual, but not active. The same motherfuckers that go on these apps and be like, no femmes, no trans. They want a manly man. Niggas out here imitating gangsters and shit. Girl, that's that ignorance right there. That your ass, you girl, you right there, you bitch, that out here talking about ain't no gay bow because you're speaking out of ignorance, bitch. You don't know nothing about a motherfucking bow girl. You don't know nothing about fucking the Santeria culture, bitch. You don't know nothing about that shit. Talk about voodoo. Show me the African that initiated you into voodoo or the Haitian. Show me, please. Show me. So going into this, okay, hold on. Olodumare, the supreme being, genderless and possession of all possible gender expressions simultaneously. Anybody who know about Olodumare, this is a genderless being, honey. Genderless. This is duality at its best. This is all genders. And we can go down the list. Olokun, because this bitch even talk about how Olokun is masculine. We all know that Olokun has masculine and feminine features because Olokun is an androgynous being. And if you do not know, androgynous beings have been venerated and respected in the indigenous world for a very, very long time. It wasn't until the white men colonized Africa, the Caribbean, and other parts of the world and told them that that's wrong. That's wrong for a man to openly do that. That's wrong for a man to put on women's garments. So you like to say you're out here perpetrating your master's plan. And yet you're acting like you're not connected to them. I'm not into white people. I can't stand whites. Anti-gay is definitely white, honey. That's definitely old world England. We're not talking about now. We're talking about hundreds of years ago. That's definitely Anglo-Saxonish, honey. Just like the practice of incest and all that good stuff, honey. We won't go into that. And the eating of certain meat, because we all know that certain meats in Africa and other indigenous lands were sacred and you did not touch. The Europeans came over and told you can eat whatever the fuck you want to eat, and that's why I got eating shitterlings, which is slave food, pig's feet, which is motherfucking slave food, but you had to talk about I'm free. I'm free, master, and you out here slopping down shitterlings. Fucking pig's feet and shit. Oh, this is a good pig feet right here. And even going into the African stuff, wasn't like pigs used for absorbing negative energy and demonic forces? And yet y'all putting that in y'all body? And yet you saying you're African rooted? And you connected to God? And God was a melanated individual? Melanated people don't eat motherfucking pork. So if you don't know that, pork causes melanated people to develop boils. Pork causes melanated people to have fucked up skin. Because one of them talked about sugar and shit. Maybe I'm just blessed, but I eat a lot of sugar, honey. Fruit sugar. I eat chocolate sugar. I eat cake sugar. And if you ask me, I think I got damn good skin, honey. I think I got damn good skin, honey, if you ask me. Anyway, Olodumare's plenitude is permeated by Ashe, the divine energy and power that brings things into existence. The potential from which emerges the infinite of the forms that populate Olodumare's realms. Ashe sustains these forms in substantial unity through their infinite permutation and iteration, because Olodumare exceeds the scope of human comprehension, as transgenderism does, as homosexuality does, because you do not comprehend why a man would want to be a female, because you do not comprehend why a woman would want to be a man, while you do not comprehend what will cause a man want to take another dick up his ass, does not mean it's wrong. Because Olodumare is beyond your comprehension. And you will never comprehend the wonders of Olodumare. You will never understand the powers of Ashe. You will never understand and comprehend the powers of Olifa, ever. So stop trying. And that's why I think that Black folks were cursed in this land and many other lands, because you reign supreme in your own world. And what happened is you let people tap into your frequency and said, that's wrong. That's not allowed. You shouldn't do that. So you then molded yourself after what they told you was right or wrong. And you start becoming an abomination to the creator who created you, who is genderless and expresses all gender expressions at one time. And then you're like, well, what's going on with me? I'm just so cursed. I mean, well, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That's what I always tell you. Narrow-mindedness give you nothing but curses. It shuts off your fucking roads. Open-mindedness will always keep blessings open to you. Because with open-mindedness, you don't have to be into homosexual acts. You don't have to be into cussing, drinking, fighting people. But you acknowledge the God in other people as you do the God in yourself. When you lack to acknowledge, or when you lack to understand the God frequency within you, you lack to see the God energy and frequency in other people. And that's what causes you to disrespect and disown other motherfuckers for being different from you. You all know that we are all a physical manifestation, a multifaceted expression of one ultimate supreme being who is male, female, black, white, whatever, all that in one motherfucking thing. And so even at thought to Andrew, you motherfucking spiritualists that forever talk about white, black, white, black, white, black. I hope you're speaking about white in a culture, not a skin color or a race, and black in a culture and not skin color or race, because spirit does not understand race. Spirit does not understand skin color. Spirit understands culture and expression, because that's all energy. That's what spirit does. So you sit there and talk about spirit don't do this, spirit don't do that. Bitch, you can't speak for spirit. You can't speak for any spirit, any divine, but you speak for these demons out here, because that's what you represent. Ignorance is darkness. Ignorance and racism, sexism, homophobia, bitch, is stupidity. That's demonic beings. That's demonic forces. Honey, that's what that is. Honey, you go ahead and speak to those motherfucking energies, but you're not going to see and represent a divine being, a divine energy, and say that you're connected and I fast and I cleansed, and God told me that because this man is really a woman, or this woman is really a motherfucking nigga, that it has no power. Because bitch, what God are you dealing with? Because Olodumare exceeds the scope of human comprehension, aspects of Olodumare, Ashe condensed within Orishas, which means spirit, if you do not know. And another word for spirit is air. So anybody that has breath contain a motherfucking spirit. Through sometimes likened to gods, Orishas are properly understood as avatars or personifications of Ashe that relate to natural forces. It is important to understand that Orishas are not the reservoir of Ashe, nor its source or generator, which means that in order for Orishas to get motherfucking Ashe, they have to get it from one motherfucking source, who is a genderless, all expressive, male and female energy being, Olodumare. As social beings, the Orishas form a special way to relate to the workings of Ashe to the human condition, which means that they are personification of this energy so the humans could have tangible evidence of the Most High. The legends of the Orishas form pataki, which are basically like scripture, okay, or proverbs, that record their dealings and provide orators for the interpretation related to the human affairs by consulting Ifa, the Orisha of divination. When a questionnaire comes for a consultation, the Babalawo, the priest, will use a divination chain made from 8 pieces of coconut husk, known as ipele, okay, to obtain 16 possible results called Odu. O-D-U, that correspond to the legends of the Orishas. That this base 16 expands to 256 Odu, containing 4,096 essay, or individual verses recorded within the Yoruba corpus, which means body. If you do not know, corpus is Latin for body. The priest interprets the rich metaphors and figurative prose of the Odu to read the questionnaire. When gender and sexuality figure within the Odu, we see a complexity in excess of the base 2 system of gay, straight, male, female, so entrenched within Western socialites. Let me say that again. When gender and sexual figure within the Odu, sexuality figure within the Odu, we see a complexity in excess of the base 2 system of gay, straight, male, female, so entrenched within the Western socialites. Grasp that, bitch. Let's start with Eshu Elegbara, the Orisha of the crossroads called Elegua in Cuba, Pabalegba in Hades, and Eshu in Brazil. And related to the signifying monkey tails in the United States. This trickster is the keeper of the gate between cosmic and human consciousness. He is the process of human sense, perception, and cognition, as well as the logic that undergirds and makes understanding possible. Now I'm about to break this down for you because a lot of people don't understand who Eshu is. As we talk about Isis, as we talk about these angels, as we talk about Shango, as we talk about Oshun and Yimaya, because this is what these people say they're connected to. So the 4 common spirits that people talk about, or Orisha people talk about in these YouTube videos are Yimaya, Oshun, Shango, and Eshu. Did I say that? If I did, oh well. Eshu, Oshun, Yimaya, and Shango. There you go. Those are the 4 most popular things they talk about. Now I'm about to break this down for you to understand this, bitch, and anybody who know real things about the Bataki or the real history about motherfucking Benin and motherfucking Benin and motherfucking Nigeria, you know exactly what I'm about to read to you right now, bitch. Eshu interprets one destiny from the Ifa to the Babalawo. During divination, in one legend, this trickster's sexual appetite cursed him with a perpetually, okay, hold on. We'll just say this, with a very erect penis, a symbol of his eager intercourse between worlds and the penetration of realms that marks the crossroads as an erotic zone. Despite this imagery, Eshu contains feminine paths. Now, we didn't say female paths, because Eshu have many paths, if you do not know this. Anybody who know real voodoo, who's familiar with the real, true Yoruba land, know that Eshu has many paths. I believe, in fact, over 150 different paths that he partake on. And he contains feminine paths. So this is a masculine energy that also contains feminine paths. And feminine is what? A feminine man is what? A masculine, which is a man, let's break this down for you in layman's terms. A masculine person with feminine qualities is what? Ogun Dipi states that Eshu is at once both male and female. This is why he is the gatekeeper. And if you do not know anything about the ancient worlds, including Native American culture, the LGBT people are the gatekeepers into the next realm. This is why a lot of people who say that Jesus was a homosexual. Because we all know that in order for you to have access to a higher dimension, you have to possess both male and female qualities. We know this. We know this. I don't know if you know that, but we know this. We know this, girl. We know this through the Rajis in India, through the Hindu. Hinduism is, in fact, the oldest living religion, if you do not know. And they also know about that Shakti energy, the balancing of male and female energy. Transgenders is the physical manifestation of that. Masculine females is the physical manifestation of that. Feminine males is the physical manifestation of that. So how dare you fix your motherfucking mouth and act like you're connected to any motherfucking Orisha, but yet you're disrespecting Eshu. And not just Eshu. with many other ones. Let's keep going. Eshu presence at the gates of consciousness is essentially queer. Birth order names further reveal how Yoruba logic exceeds simple binaries. That means Yoruba land didn't have a such thing as male and female, gay or straight. You like what you like and you dislike what you dislike. It wasn't until it was colonized that you're a man, you're a woman, you're gay, you're straight. So once again, you African people that speak about homosexuality and transgender people, you only speak about it because you are definitely regurgitating and reiterating the enslaved or the slave movement that your white masses put onto you. You are spewing out self-hate. What you say you hate, you really love. You represent that. It's in you. You cannot cut that out of you, girl. You cannot shake that. You are not African at all. You're not connected to your ancestors at all. You're connected to what you want to be connected to. And if you are connected to your ancestors and they're telling you that homosexuality is wrong, obviously they too, just like you, had a problem with their motherfucking selves. Okay? Wow. While twins, the Ibeyi, are considered, and depending on how you say that, Ibeyi, Ibeshi, depends on your tongue, it's Ibeyi though, are considered sacred. The Idawu, child born after twins, and the Alabal, Igdobi, second male or female child after twins, continue the dynamic unfolding of Ashe. All this is saying is that we all represent Ashe. We all represent that. And even going into the term Ashe is the God in you or the goddess in you, recognizing and acknowledging the God or the goddess in another individual. Ashe is not just you acknowledging a Black man. It's not that you just acknowledging a heterosexual man or a heterosexual woman. It's that you're acknowledging goddess, sister, brother. You had a mission and you're trying to reach that goddess frequency. Hey, grandmadam, you try to reach that goddess frequency. So I acknowledge your way to get there. As we said, Eshu has many paths. Eshu has many paths. There's not one way to get to anything. Heterosexuality is not the only way of getting liberation. Heterosexuality is not the only way of finding God. Well, you gay, you don't have God up in you. The fuck? Who are you? When did you become the mediator between God and my spirit? Because, bitch, I didn't hire you. And God that you hired, this bitch become mediator for me? No, I don't think so. Thank you. Anyway. And while Orishas like Olokun and Inle, which are both androgynous beings and are actually patrons of homosexuality and gender benders and transsexuality, they are representation of androgyny, including Yimaya, the Orisha of maternity and the sea, and Shango, the Orisha of male virality. Now let's break this down right here. Okay. The Orishas indicated homoerotic intimacy was not such a terrible mark of shame. Another generative Yoruba concept is called Adodi, A-D-O-D-I, plural of Ado, indicating a man who erotically, and I want you to listen to this, sister, Black sister, my sister, black power, to you, sister, to you, girl, the bald-headed girl. Hey, girl, how you doing? It says that right here, let me hold on. In one Pataki, Yimaya travels to a land filled with only Adodi, which are men who like men, where she falls in love with an Ado. In another Pataki, she divorces her husband Orula, whom she discovers is an Ado. Now, we've talked about this many, many times. The hand of Orula, also known as Orumila, is who Babalawos claim they have the head of. Orula, in many Patakis, is a homosexual. This is a male energy that, like other male energies, in a sexual way. So there's no gay Babalawos, but Orula was definitely a homosexual. That's definitely gay energy, sis. That's definitely dick in a booty energy, sis. That's erotic love for another motherfucking man, sis. If you don't know, now you motherfucking know. P-A-T-A-K-I, Pataki. Look into that. What are you doing? In another, she divorced her husband, Orula, who she discovers is an Ado. Though variants of this legend say that the Orula left Yimaya for the Melarisha Ogun. Now, I want to make this very motherfucking clear. Love never dies. Love is connected to the heart chakra. Even when you pass on, you can always communicate with your deceased loved ones through your heart chakra. Doing what they love, going to things that they love, activities, foods. That's how you tap into that. Going into ancestor veneration. This is why you give them things that they like. If they like cigarettes, if they like, you offer these things up to them because the heart chakra will always keep you connected. It never dies. Yimaya is the essence of love. Yimaya loved her husband Orula so much that even after he became a gay motherfucker, a gay man, she still loved him and she still respected people like him. This is why gay people are definitely connected to Yimaya. Definitely. And like I said to my gay people out there, don't let these self-hating ass motherfuckers tell you different. Don't let these bitches tell you motherfucking because they probably mad. They ain't got no money, their health is fucked up, and they're not protected. Don't let these bitches tell you shit. You so divinely favored, sis. Where your man at? Where the children's fathers at? If you so divinely favored. If you got all these, you might not have favor with me. She'll like you faggots. Well, where your man at? Where your man at? Can you ask that shoe to bring your man back? Can you ask shoe to bring your man back? Can you ask Oya to bring your man back? Huh? Hello? Can you? I would love to see that. Bring you back to your children's father. Bitch, don't let none of these single parented women who have a problem with themselves tell you about who the fuck you are. Okay? Orula left Yimaya in a different legend for the male Orisha Ogun. Now, we could talk about Ogun if you want to. Ogun is over blood. And this is just a physical analogy. Ogun is over blood. And many people who have Ogun with them are definitely medical based. They love medicine. They love healing. They love blood, phlebotomy, right? So at the end of the day, AIDS is an attack on your blood. So, I want to kind of go into that. And a lot of people have had unprotected sex and they've been prone to not getting AIDS. But anyway, okay, hold on. Okay. So that's all with that. You can look up Enrile, Erinle, who is a Melarisha, who is connected to homosexuality. He is a healer. Okay. In fact, I believe that he taught Oshun how to heal. I believe that's one of the Patakis. He taught Oshun how to heal. So all you daughters of Oshun, but you don't like homosexuals, honey, Oshun learned how to heal from a gay Orisha, according to legends. So, I'm trying to figure out where you people are coming from. And maybe I can understand before it's too late. Maybe I can grasp what you're trying to say, because we see what you're trying to say. We see you saying that you don't like homosexuals. The bottom line is, honey. Okay, the bottom line. The bottom line is, if anybody tell you now, all jokes aside, spiritualist to spiritualist, spiritual person. No, spiritual being to spiritual being. I've dealt with many energies, being a caseworker, spiritual worker, being a spiritualist. I've dealt with many energies. I've dealt with cultures that are not my culture at all, if you want to talk about it. I may have some type of connection to that culture, but I've dealt with culture of people that is not my own. And I was still able to bring peace of mind and help to that person. Because as a true spiritualist, okay, as a true spiritualist, a person who can interpret and see energy. Now, like I said, fortune telling is a whole other thing from divination, because y'all know that you have to divinate to know someone's energy and to know how you want to go about doing someone's casework. But true spiritual interpretation, you're able to take on anything spiritually because you have that insight. You have that ability to break down. You have that calculation to break that down and to rebuild it up. If you don't have that, then you will say gay people should not do heterosexual people work. Gay people should not do workings for women. Women, you should also be careful about what work you do for gay people, because that energy is very different. That's people that don't know energy. That's people that makes their own twist up, who interpret energy the way they want to interpret it. But we all know that energy is in everything. Energy is in dogs. Energy is in cats. Energy is in trees. It's in birds. It's in ants. It's in roaches. It's in rats. It's in pigs. Energy is everywhere. It turns on this light. It allowed me to get on YouTube and broadcast to you. Energy is in everything. So for you to shut down or try to shut down the light, the source, energy, but say you are a spiritual worker, bitch, you are a mockery. You are an imitator. You are a poser. You are an imposter. You're not a real spiritualist. You're another coin grabbing, trying to market to motherfucking individual. You just came about it in a whole nother way. You read 20,000 books, and now you come forth and, well, this is what it is. This is what it is, because I know what I know. Bitch, show me that you've been to Africa. Show me that you have any type of African connections. Please, please, show me you have any type of African connections, girl. Please, please. Gays could do heterosexual work. Heterosexual could do gays work, because we all know this. Another insight I want to give you, want to be spiritualists out there. Before you do someone's work, because see, as a spiritualist, you are a vessel. You're used to pick up energy and either transmit it or transmute it. Same damn thing, same different. Transmit is give it off, transmute is to change it. Or to interpret it. So to say, well, straight people, you can't do gay work because you might pick up that gay energy. Well, you must be a fake spiritualist, like I said before, because as a real spiritual person, you have to tap into that. I've never been in certain situations, but people come to me for work as a spiritualist, I have to be able to tap into that energy, and I got to be able to get up out of that. That's why you protect yourself. You go through a ritual, a process of protecting yourself. So you tap into that energy. You don't pick up those remnants of energy. You don't change yourself to be like that person. We all know that. That's, girl, that's rule one. Honey, do not do any work for anybody without protecting yourself. So like I said, you saying that gays cannot do work for heterosexual people because they don't know your life, that energy will turn you out, that energy will change you, you will be changed. Honey, you're over here speaking that ignorant ass fucking rhetoric that these other motherfucking asses say, that these other fucking pigs say. And now I view this bitch as a pig too. Piggy, 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 oink, oink, oink. You're a pig too, bitch. You gotta go. You gotta go. You're a pig too. You gotta go. There's no pigs or no swine in the kingdom of the Most High. There is no pigs, bitch. You gotta go, bitch. And that's another thing too, is that how people can fix their mouth to talk about other motherfuckers. They were looking like Roger Rabbit and shit, looking like a cross between a damn monkey, billy goat, pig, and a fucking jackrabbit. But over here talking about motherfuckers look like men, and I don't know if that's a man or a woman. Well, we don't know if you're a man or woman either, girl. Your hair is your crown and glory. We don't see no damn hair. Honey, no tea, no shade. All we see is bickering back and forth. That's very masculine energy, just so you know. Bickering back and forth, that's masculine, girl. Femininity don't do that. Honey, that's masculinity. But of course, we got to go back into the culture you live in. This is a man's world. So, of course, femininity is not going it's not going to resonate with you. When you see a man that's very feminine, that makes you feel uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with that. That's a man that thinks he's a woman. I'm uncomfortable because you're a woman who doesn't acknowledge that she's a woman. That's what that is. You don't respect the divine feminine energy that's in you. But you use it when you want it. You use it to divinate. Masculine energy is not divination. Masculine energy is not seeing higher realms. Masculinity represents the sun. Femininity represents the moon. The moon deals with the mind. It is through the cycles of the moon that your feminine body is connected to. The cycles of the moon matches your menstrual cycle. The cycles of the moon also manages the cycle of your brain, the process of your brain, how people can change from this to that to that to this. The moon deals with transmutation. The moon deals with illusions and disillusions, as you would say. It deals with incantations, evocations. Not saying you cannot use the sun for that, but the moon deals with the access, the portals, accessing higher realms. You have to go through the moon to access the sun. You got to go through the woman to access the man. So to sit here and say that divinity is masculine, that's why there's no gay balaos, because they divine things, right? They give you crowns. Or it's only the Bawalao who can crown you, which is not true. It's only the Bawalaos who opinions matter. But yet they're using feminine energy to interpret what you should already know. It's time that I think all you YouTubers, you American YouTubers, you Americans, I'm sick of y'all asses. Y'all gotta go. You American YouTubers, let me just say this. It's about time that you guys get this together, And, I'm just going to say this too as a side note. I was looking at YouTube because I know these African people, Americans, they're actually European-based magicians. They're witches, covens. Shout out to my witchy sisters, they're covens. But I was watching something, which I made a connection because I feel like they're all connected. I feel like they have, before I forget, these Paleros sis, honey, how they say sis, sus. These Paleros actually have African elders. These Paleros, these Latin Paleros that you talk about, learned about that spirituality from African people. And Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Barbados, all of the Caribbean have Afro people, okay? So this is how they learned that. So they say, well, these Spanish people don't know about the African stuff, and they using it, they rewriting it in there. Girl, bad. Obviously, you've never been to Ocha. Obviously, you've never been to any type of Polero initiation. Obviously, you've never been to any type of process. Obviously, you're going by what you hear. And well, I noticed on YouTube, they're all Hispanic. Well, bitch, their tongue is still African. They have to learn about these spirits through Africans, honey. Honey, hello? Girl, if you do your research, you'll see that. But anyway, I'm done with that. There's a lot more I could say. There's a lot more I could go into. But like I said before, honey, I don't fuck with ignorant ass motherfuckers. And that's just another prime example that me and this bitch is not connected. I don't want to be connected. I don't want to, bitch. If I ever meet it with any of these hoes, we're gonna have a sat down, honey. I said it right, a sat down. We're gonna have a sat down, honey, and we're gonna talk about some motherfucking shit. Cause y'all need to revisit what it really is and stop regurgitating what you heard. Oh, we're going to see this YouTuber before I go. this other YouTuber who's black and she says she's African and she got her lakies on. I saw her video where she had these beads on and she was like, yeah, I'm a boo-boo jabba G. And I'm just like, what kind of tongue does she speak or what type of tongue does she know? And she gave a shout out to a spiritualist who was claimed to be a hoodooist. Now, I just want to say this very quickly, with all due respect, and I'm going to be done. Hoodooism, there's different types of hoodooism. You have Louisiana hoodoo, you got Texas hoodoo, you got Missouri hoodoo, you got Tennessee hoodoo, you got Alabama hoodoo, you got Florida hoodoo, you got Georgia hoodoo. There's different types of hoodoo if you do not know. But all hoodoo consists of the Bible. Now, what I want to go into, and just like I want to talk about lightly, is people that are like from Oklahoma and Indiana and Alabama who make references to them being hoodooists, and they do hoodoo and they're black and they get on here with their dashikis on and they dreadlocks on and woo mana bada boo boo. And yet I haven't heard anything that's patois-ish or anything that's Igbo-ish or anything that's Congo-ish or anything that's Ignagian. I haven't heard any type of expression they say that is very Afro-ish, any dialect of Africa, right? But what I have seen, and I have seen numerous of times, is them giving shout out to so-called European pagans, people that are obviously practicing European-based magic. And I'm a little confused by that and I'm a little bit confused about these pagans that are from Europe and that are in Europe and that are claiming African spirituality. I'm a little confused with that. While you're walking around here with your pentagrams and you're walking around here with your pinnacles and you walk around here with your triatra and I'm just a little confused with this. Like, how does those energies mix together? And you even see some of these people making references to Latin deities like San La Muerte. And I know San La Muerte has been interpreted in different cultures, non-European though. Just like Kalima. Kalima is definitely Indian, but she made her way through Africa, into the Caribbean, into America. So I can definitely see that too. But what I'm trying to figure out is, how are you people? Because see, I think hoodoo now is another term for, that's why I don't call myself a hoodooist. I think hoodooism is now a grab all, be all thing. I think people who claim that they do hoodoo and they're hoodooists, I think that means that they practice everything and anything that they feel like they can practice. I feel like that just means that I do whatever the fuck I want to do. If I want to do some pagan shit, I can. If I want to do some African shit, I can. If I want to do some Native American shit, which I know you can't. Because if you know how to do Native American shit, girl, then you would, anyway. But I'm going to do some African shit, which I know you can't neither. Because we all know what it is. You get locks and shit. We know what it is, girl. It's in the blood, and a lot of y'all shit have been locked down and shut off. That's what you wish you had, just like everybody wish they were connected to Oshun. You got bitch out here looking like lumps of fucking lard. No tea, no shade, and fucking deranged and twisted around, look like somebody knocked their ass up with a bag of bricks, claiming that they daughters of Oshun because a Babalawo told you that. Because a priestess who wanted power over you told you that Oshun is with you. And I'm sitting looking like, I don't see that, sis. I don't see it. I don't see it, girl. I don't see it. I mean, I think you got some qualities of her, but I definitely don't see it at all, But anyway, we get off that. But this spiritualist was making references to a pagan European witch. And then she's giving shout out to this pagan person is giving a shout out to a Hispanic male witch. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, these are three different paths, supposedly. Hoodoo is still Congo-based. And you're giving a shout out to a pagan A person who deal with the solstices and all that other good stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And then you're also giving a shout out to a Latin man who was a different interpretation of what Africa represented. I, 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 I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. But of course, like I said, this spiritualist, we know that she's a wannabe. We know that that whole group is. We know they all a collective. You know, the Texans, we got some Tex people connected to that. We got some Californians too. She from LA. Hey girl, the bitch I was sleeping in that car. Uh-huh. Talking about, well, at least I slept in a Mercedes. The fuck? You know, that bitch right there. She said her credit score was good. It was 627. I mean, I guess that's a good credit score for a bitch that was doing all that fraudulent shit she was doing. I guess. I don't know. 627 is still considered bad credit according to the standards, the FICO and all that good stuff, honey. But anyway, I digress. So she's also connected to them. You got a bitch out there in Indiana. You know, she connected. I thought she was the head bitch. She not. The bitch in Alabama is. The one that came out and said that Alabama started hoodoo. And I'm like, yeah, Alabama did started hoodoo. They started Alabama hoodoo. Yeah, they did. They started Alabama hoodoo, girl. Yes, they did. Yeah, 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 mama. Yeah, that's what they did. They started Alabama hoodoo. Okay. We all know that there was not a melting pot of cultures in Alabama. The melting pot of cultures in the South was in Louisiana. That's why Louisiana still got many, many practices that people don't talk about. And people don't go to Alabama to learn hoodoo and voodoo. They go to Louisiana, and not just hoodoo and voodoo. There's other practices out there in Louisiana that people don't really talk about. And that's what I always say. Everybody want to go to New Orleans because that is, that's where it all was at, right? It was the star of the place. And we all know that because that is an energy source. But now things are changing. Magnetic fields are changing, and these energies are shifting. So it's no longer New Orleans. There's other parts of Louisiana that you got to go to get real magic. And like I said, I will not blow that cover because my people don't want to be exposed like that. But I have love and I have respect for my people who practice the arts that was given to them from their grandmama and their great great grandfather and their great 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 and who kept that shit a secret. I have no respect to people that give away their family secrets for the exchange of money. I have no respect for people that give away family traditions for exchange of likes and followings. And well, my grandfather did that type of shit. Let me show you a spell that my grandma. Bitch, that's what you do in your own time for when those clients hit you up for work. Honey, you show them the Google shit. Honey, you show them the shit that you read in Raymond Buckland book. You don't show them the shit that your grandmama and grandpapa taught you. That's not what you do. And I said before, that's why these voodoo people don't have respect for you motherfuckers. You Texan hoodooists. You fucking Alabamian hoodooists. And I'm talking about these YouTube motherfuckers. They know who I'm talking about. The motherfuckers that don't like me. This is why these voodoo people don't respect your fucking asses, honey. And they're not going to be connected with y'all. That's why y'all can't get an interview with their ass. They're never going to call y'all motherfucking line because y'all are a disgrace. You are a disgust to the true power. Nobody exposes their family secrets for exchange of fucking money, but a bitch that needs to be cut out. Bitch, you gotta go. You gotta fucking go, honey. Let me show this, that. And as I said too about these hoodooist people out there, please show me your connection to Africa, to the Congos. If you're out here doing hoodoo, but you don't like Black people, that's a problem. You're out here doing any type of African spirituality, but you don't like Black folks or it's not in your blood, there's a big motherfucking problem. And that is for real, for real. There's a big problem there. And we talk about commercial hoodoo. That's when it became whitewashed. Commercialized hoodoo. Real hoodoo, bitch, was practiced in secret. Motherfuckers didn't know what it was. But the motherfuckers start opening them out. Ooh. And then, of course, you have some Black folks out there. There's a prominent one from Missouri. She's one of the reasons why white folks got into hoodoo. And they stole what they stole. And you got the Catherines, Loki Mojos, She's one of those people because she taught them what she taught them. And they said, she needed money. Because, see, that's what they do. They prey off your primitive desires, which is money. If you're a broke person, your desire is money. So people who have money will play off that shit. like I can buy my way to truth. Let me pay to play. You know what I know. You know exactly what I'm saying too. So many of these black folks, after the emancipation of slaves, they went out and they start teaching white folks because they had the money. They start teaching these white folks how to do hoodoo, literally one-on-one. And these white folks then said, I know hoodoo. That nigga bitch taught me how to do hoodoo. And the other white folks said, what the fuck is hoodoo, girl? And she said, bitch, hoodoo is African tradition with a little bit of white tea, because they thought Christianity was white, but we all know what it really is too. But anyway, no tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. Like I said, my grandmother's white. I can talk about this, bitch. My grandmother's white. Honey, okay, the vagina that my mother came out of, bitch, is motherfucker. She has Caucasian in her, bitch, so I can talk about it, bitch. Anyway, so she sat back and she taught them the secret, and they told their friends, they started having parties, and then of course they invited her. It was like the Tupperware party. So Mama, we're gonna call her Mama out of respect. She went up in there. And she was afraid, honey, but they said, we're going to give you $200 if you teach us what you know. So she sat there and she said, well, I'm going to teach you everything that I know. My great-great-grandmother taught us about blah, 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 and how to use this earth for this. And these white folks wrote that shit down, and then they taught their kids. And that's where you got Catherine, whatever the fuck her name was, Wijuwuku. But that's what it was. And now you got all these motherfuckers come out here. I'm hoodooist. Hello, brothers and sisters. And you don't like black motherfuckers. Y'all like no damn black dick. What I want to see out here, and I'm just going to be honest with you, you hoodooists out there who are Caucasian, I want to see you show us some pictures with a black man. I want to see you talk about how you love black dick. That's what I want to see. I want to see it. Because that also goes along the lines of, racism and stuff. And I guess I'll say that for another video. Because I was talking about this with my friends, how people are racist, but they were dicking down black people or getting black dick, but they were acting like they didn't like black folks. And that's the same thing with the gay stuff now. People act like they don't like gay people, but they look like they lesbians. And there's no tea, no shade out there. A lot of you women out there don't like gays, but you look lesbian. You act lesbian. I mean, I know lesbian. I know lesbian when I see lesbian, honey. And you act very lesbianish. And then these men will be like, faggots, we don't do the gay. We don't do the dick booty ass nigga. And you sitting there looking at them like, nigga, you and your homeboy, girl, y'all. Let me just eat a pineapple to shut up about that. And yes, I'm eating with a plastic fork because I'm lazy to use a dish because I don't feel like doing dishes. I have a cabinet full of full dishes and I got a sink that's empty. I don't feel like doing dishes, so bitch, why not? Why not use a fork, dispose of it, eat your fruit, rinse the shit out, bitch, and put it away. Bitch, please, y'all be making life so damn difficult. But anyway, I'm done. At the end of the day, gays is Yoruba. Yemaya love the gays. Oshun love the gays. Enrile love the gays. Shango love the gays. Okay? Orula love the gays. Ogun love the gays. Honey, maybe Oya and Oba doesn't love the gays. I don't know. Maybe they don't like the gays because it seems like the people that don't like gay people are definitely daughters of Oya. That's what it seems like. And I'm not saying all of you. There's probably only one person who I know that's connected to Oya. No. I take that back. Bitch, please. There's two of you now that are prominent daughters of Oya that encompass masculine and feminine energy, and you respect that. But the other ones I met, they have some underlying issues with homosexuality because they refer to other people as he, she's, and stuff. And I'm just kind of like, well, how you really feel about me then? Because even if I dislike somebody who is trans or gay, I still be respectful with identifying them because I don't want people to think that it's okay to disrespect people for being different. And that's kind of something I want to reiterate into my nephew's life. They have definitely respect for all people. They do not know yet that their auntie is transgender. And when they become old enough, I will definitely sit them down and tell them that, especially now that my sister has passed on. that's something that I definitely have to do. I was initially going to do it anyway, but I will definitely explain to them what it is so they can have respect, okay, for people that are different from them. Racism, homophobia, it's all the same. Bitch, if you don't like white folks disliking your black ass, but you talk about gay people like you can't stand them, then bitch, you got a motherfucking mental problem. If you don't like gays, I think it's okay for whites not to like you. Yeah, let's go there. I think if you're homophobic or transphobic, I think it's okay for racism to be active. I definitely think that. I definitely think, I'm definitely for that. I'm definitely for that, honey. I think if you don't like gay people, I think if homosexuality, homophobia is okay, transphobia is okay, I think it's okay for white folks not to like you. I definitely think so, and Asians and Hispanics. Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, honey. I definitely think it's okay. Definitely. Yeah. They don't like gays, fuck them too. Is what it is. I think it's okay. Racism is okay as long as homophobia and transphobia is okay. And I want to give a shout out to Atlanta because in the 90s, Atlanta actually was dealing with a lot of KKK racism. And Atlanta actually stood out there, those beautiful black brothers and sisters, honey, because I say they're beautiful inside and out, honey. Beauty is not just on the outside, it's the inside. If you're fucked up on the inside, bitch, you're ugly. Those beautiful people stood out there with their children, honey, and they protested and said, racism is homophobia. We stand out here with our gay brothers and sisters. Girl, do your research. 1996, Atlanta, Georgia. They stood out there with those motherfucking gays, bitch, and they told those white people, bitch, if you don't like my black ass, then you don't like these motherfuckers too. And if you don't like these motherfuckers, you don't like my black ass, because homophobia is racism, and it is. It all are sub-variations of ignorance. You have light and dark, knowledge and ignorance. And everything either falls under ignorance or falls under motherfucking knowledge. But let's talk about it. So racism, sexism, homophobia, xenophobia, you have a phobia of somebody's body type. I don't like fat people. I don't like skinny people. I don't like people that got blah, blah. Yeah, bitch, you're fucking stupid as fuck. And if it's okay for you to express yourself, it's called freedom of speech, then let motherfuckers express how they don't like your black ass. Let them do it. I'm for it, honey. We saw that. Let them do it, honey. You don't like gays, bitch, let the white people not like your ass. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with white supremacy because you're okay with transphobia and homophobia. You're okay with that, so I'm okay with white supremacy. How you doing? Yeah, honey, I'm okay with that too then. Who you doing? Who you doing? I said it, bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I said it. How you doing, honey? If they gotta go, you gotta go. Dog, y'all gotta go. You gotta go, they gotta go. We don't give a fuck about that. They gotta go, they gotta go. We don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck, bitch. They gotta go, they gotta go. They gotta go, you gotta go too. Anyway, hello, Lady K. Yes, come on, Lady K. I don't know who's before. Oh, Jay. Hey, Jay. Thank you. Hey, Lotus. Today's the call-in reminds me of Brazil. Come on, IFDD. Yes, honey. Brazil. Come on, Latricia. Latricia, how are you? Come on, Sabrina Full Food, honey. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes, come on, the color purple. Sister, how are you, Sabrina? I hope you're great. I hope you're great, Sabrina. Yes. I hope you're okay. Hello, Lady K. I knew was looking at her money. That is, come on. Mwah. Hail Shoe Mary, how are you? Come on, Jay. Yes. Hello, Dea. Laker Spot. Good morning, honey. Ow. Yeah, she's so ignorant to me now. Yeah. Oh, you know, honey. Yes, honey. Laker Spot. They crazy. Laker Spot, they are so crazy. Honey, Laker Spot, they are so crazy. I'm like, honey, wake up. I thought you were so educated, and honey, I got a degree. I got a bachelor in artist science. I got a bachelor in acting. Girl, saying you got a bachelor in acting is like saying you got a bachelor in scrubbing your ass. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. And of course, if you're connected to Oya and Oshun and you got a bachelor in acting, why are you not manifesting production? Why are you not manifesting a career as an actress? Why are you not manifesting other things that can actually get you places outside of looking like a motherfucking hypocrite, wannabe, pathetic ass, can't get no man, ass motherfucking ass, dirty ass, trifling ass, trap mouth, big bird built ass, sloppy choppy, looking like a motherfucking clump of lump ass bitch. I don't know. Let me stop. Come on, Dad. Yes, honey. Yes. Which video is it, Mama? Like I said, you ain't getting that, honey. You hope we said it right. Come on, you did. Do you have connection to Asia, maybe India? Yes, I do, Dea. Actually, yes, I do. Uh-huh. Yes, Dea. Yes, honey. You talk about people that are from India. Yes, I've actually dated Indian men, and I still openly date Indian men. Yes. India is my home. I have many, many lives in India. That culture I'm still connected to. Hinduism chose me. I did not choose Hinduism as many of the other paths that I have partaked on. It chose me. I did not choose it. I did not wake up and say, I think I want to go learn. I want to learn about the Orishas. I think I want to go learn about the deities. I think I want to learn about the spirits. Like they came to me. What is a spirit that has this, and that, and bam. When I typed it in, this popped up. And I said, oh my God, this spirit, I've seen this spirit. So, like I said, yes, I do have connections to Asia and India. I know people that live there still. I know people that live here and go there quite often. And like I said, I've dated Indian men. I've been to Indian events. Yeah, so I definitely have a good connection. I think I've had many, many lives in India. I still feel connected to India. I watch Bollywood movies, that's in many languages. Yes, honey, yes, definitely connected to India. I love India. It's all from Africa. This witch mystic is talking about is ignorant. You know who I'm talking about, like her side old bobblehead bitch, looking like a fucking bobbly. Bitch talking about some gays can't be, gays should not be doing. She said, I got work from a transgender. Maybe the transgender know what the fuck she was doing. I got the work from a gay man. Maybe he know what the fuck he was doing. Maybe they were so sexually driven that they put sex demons on you. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It has nothing to do with their sexuality because, truth be told, the LGBT people have a higher hand than you because they are closely connected to the Most High because of duality. Now, I'm talking about the gay people that acknowledges their male and female energy, not the gay people that say, I'm not gay. Because you're disowning your feminine qualities when you do that. I'm not trans. I'm a woman. Now you're disowning your masculine qualities. No tea, no shade. When transgenders try to hide that they're transgenders and they try to fool motherfuckers to think that they're real or cisgender women, now you're disowning that masculine energy in you, and now you're starting to. I'm not secure with acknowledging that. Girl, bye. When you were in native cultures, you did that. You were also, like I said, perpetrating your ignorance, the ignorance of these people that tell you that gay is wrong. It's bred in you. Hate is bred in you. Love was originally bred in you, bitch, but they blended that shit out and they replaced it for fucking hate. And that's what's wrong with y'all, bitch. Yeah, she said cracker, but she wore that Louis Vuitton. Come on, she said, listen, that's all saying cracker, Kenneth Cole. Honey, she said cracker, but she used these Satanism and Gothic. Gothic hoodoo, bitch. I've never heard of Gothic hoodoo. Can someone please come forward who's a part of the hoodoo traditions? And I know a lot of you out there who's been doing hoodoo since the 1900s, who have relatives that have been doing it since the 1800s. Can you please come forward and please tell us, honey, Dr. Pryor, please come forward and tell us that that what Gothic hoodoo is. Bitch, I guess they got Christian hoodoo too, huh? Bitch. There's a different type of white people, just like there's a different type of black folks. That's right. But of course, when I speak about whites, I mean it in a culture, not a race of people. See, there's a difference. Nationality, culture, and race. That's how people cannot understand how black people could be Puerto Rican or how black people could be Mexican. And it's like, if you come to California, you go to many other countries, or excuse me, states that were a country and is still considered their own country, if you do not know, but I won't go into that. Then you will see diversity. You will see black folks speaking Spanish and French and white folks speaking certain dialect as well. But if you're from certain parts of the world, like certain parts of the South and East Coast people, I think they're more prone to ignorance because they're not really used to seeing anything out the norm. Because even the Black folks there that speak Spanish just own being Black. You got the Dominicans out there that are Blacker than me and talk about, I'm not Black, I'm Spanish. And it's like, you're not Spanish, boo-boo. Spanish people had blonde hair and colored eyes. You're not Spanish, honey. You may speak Spanish, but you're not Spanish, but you're African. So, like I said, I think the East Coast is probably more prone to that English shit. You come out here to Cali, bitch, you see everybody. Polynesians, Asians, Spanish, whites, girl, all shades, all sizes, all colors, all religions. It's not shocking. Like, ooh, she dating a Black man? Oh my God. But over there, y'all get shocked by that shit. We got Asians moving into our community. Okay. I got Asian neighbors. Okay, that's normal over here. Bitch, like, where, girl, that's what I said. New York is going to be a prison state, guarantee you. When anything go down and you're in New York, I feel sorry for you. They're telling you about California, girl, bye. We got spirits that were here, that bled here. Y'all don't have that over there. Y'all got energy fields over there that were opened by other people because they visited that place, but you guys did not. New York was a port. That's why it's energy there. But you are not. You have people fucking bleed and fucking shit for that culture, for the New Yorkian culture. Okay, let's talk about it. You're a melting pot and y'all try to be separate. Everybody go through fucking New York, bitch. And y'all try to, well, we not. That's what I said. I can't really do New York like that. I can't do ignorant ass motherfucking energy. I can't do that. I can't do ignorant cultures. I can't do ignorant motherfuckers. I can't do it. That's what I said. Me going to New York, I don't know. Jersey and visiting y'all in New York, yes. But me going to New York like this, I don't know about that. I don't know. Was it your top rifle? Yes. I love your shirt. Thank you. Thank you. California, I have to represent today. And we all know that orange is red and yellow together, if you don't know. So, good morning. I'm your son for today, honey. Good morning. Unfortunately, Spanish is purer than English. It sure is. Spanish is purer than English. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes. Oh, shoot. That's with every minorities. Come on. Yeah, that was my experience, but some of them would not lie, and they are legit workers. Some are legit workers, but not in America. If you want to get real connections to the real roots, you need to go to Africa. You need to deal with people of the motherfucking Caribbean. Americans, whether they are Black or motherfucking Latin, bitch, you need to stay away from. These motherfuckers are money driven. They're not motherfucking pure. They're fucking money driven. We live in a greedy fucking country, and these people have adapted that culture. And I say these people because, like I said, I'm very different. I'm very different. I'm a transgender woman, bitch. I'm a part of this culture, bitch, that do not accept me. They do not respect me. That's why I kept my own, and I am a motherfucking own. Bitch, I'm here to really do the work of God. I'm really here to help, to heal people, to give people insight. Money will be there regardless. Money, there's so many ways to make money. And conning people is not one. That's not an option. That's not an option, honey. I'm a divine supreme being, bitch. That's not an option. Lying and cheating to get ahead. My grandmama, my auntie, I will never sit here and tell you anything that my grandmother did or my auntie did, bitch. I keep that for when I do your work. That's why your work happened. That's what I keep that shit for. I will never sit here and tell you my secrets about what I was taught, my traditions, what Mr. Raj taught me. I would never do that. You out here talking about everything. I've been initiated. I'm connected to blah, 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 blah. Bitch, you don't talk. You let people see it. But like I said, you got a battle of the wannabes. You got the battle of the wannabes going on. That's why I said, honey, I'm not getting up in that because it'll look like I'm a part of this shit, and I'm not. I'm not cool with none of these YouTubers, none of these spiritualists. I don't fuck with none of them. If you're a YouTuber out there and you feel some type of way, bitch, reach out and touch and let's talk. But the ones that are out there talking, bitch, no, thank you. No, ma'am. I can't. No, ma'am. Come on, Escobar, how are you? Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you, Jay. Come on. Yes, honey. Thank you, Justin Michael. How are you? Just Michael. Hello. Yes, perpetrating the agenda. Come on, Dea. Yes. They're perpetrating. That's why I said the video, you are enchanted. People are anti-masters, but they're doing the will of their masters. People are anti Agenda 21, anti-government, but you're doing the agenda of the government. You're speaking and moving like you have insight that we don't have. That's what you're acting like. That's why I always say, I will never take advice from someone who's never walked this path. If you've never been gay, you can't tell me nothing about being gay. If you've never been trans, you can never tell me nothing about that shit. Well, I got an uncle who's that way. Yeah, but I doubt your uncle told you everything about his life. Because I'm sure even though you accept your uncle, he still feels very different. He never feels like he fits in 100%. And that's just how it is. LGBT people do not fit in 100%. I don't care how accepting you are to them. We cannot relate to you on that type of level. We cannot say, I understand what you're going through, sis, because there's a lot of shit that y'all do that we don't understand. And there's a lot of things that we do that y'all don't understand, but it's not for y'all to understand. Just like it's not for us to understand what the fuck you're doing. It is what it is. That's why you learn to accept. That's why you learn to acknowledge and respect, honey, the goddess in other people. I respect, I acknowledge the goddess in you. I respect, I acknowledge the God in you. But when you don't act like a god or a goddess, then I can disrespect you because you are beneath me. We should do a video on goddess frequency and God frequency. That's what we should do. People talk about energy and I'm a leader, I'm a high priestess. But yeah, bitch, you don't know who the fuck you are. You're an African spiritualist, but yet you talk about European magic. How does that work? Those are two different magics. Those are two different sources, two different lands. Europe has different herbs than Africa. How the fuck are you talking about you're an African spiritualist, but you talk about paganism or Wicca? I'm still trying to figure that out. Chitlin and Pixie, they love that shit. Right. That's right, honey. Come on. Sugar ain't that damn bad. Come on. Hello, Devil's Ivy. Namaste. Come on. And really. Yes, honey, really. Come on, Plain Care. Yes. Come on, love me, fro. You love you, fro? Come on, honey. Are you Caribbean? Love me, fro? Love me, fro. Love me, fro. Yes, honey. Somebody got schooled and we learned as well. Come on, Acre Spot. Conscious community, the whole taps. Come on, same shit. You almost from LA? Come on, 949. You from the 949? Come on, Acre Spot. No, she ain't connected to you. No, she connected to the Bay. She connected to the Bay, which that energy have been tainted and tampered with for a very long time. That's why I don't really fuck with the Bay neither. I keep my ass in the valley. I go to the Bay if I need to, but I keep my ass right here in the motherfucking valley. Honey, the LA have been tampered with, and the Bay has. All that shit that's over there, girl, they diluting the waters and shit. They finding sex hormones in the waters and shit. And yet they come out here and talk about, I'm Christian, I know. Girl, do you know that they've been finding drugs in y'all water system? And I'm sure you cooking with that water, you're drinking that water, and you're fucking with that water. Honey, they found depression medication in your water. Did you know all that? Not in the valley, but over there and then up in Sacramento, honey, they found all that shit. Barry had a lot though. So like I said, you're going off of psychosis. Bitch, I'm not listening to that bullshit. Girl, I got a bachelor in acting. Well, you're definitely portraying it. I think a lot of y'all got bachelors in acting. I think all of y'all do. I think the Shirianas, I think the Tunisians, I think the Venetians, I think the Capetians, I think y'all all motherfucking got a bachelor or something in acting, honey. I think y'all all want to be actors and models and singers and dancers, you know. I think you guys are meant to be entertainers. Yes, I definitely think that. Yeah, somebody said they were homeless sleeping in a Mercedes. Somebody said they were homeless, and they said they were homeless, and they said, well, at least I slept in my car. I was homeless, but at least I was sleeping in a Mercedes. And it's like, but you were still sleeping in a car, though, sis. What spirits had you in that car? And there's no tea, no shade. What spirits had you in that car, sis? I really want to know. Anyway, y'all listen, I'm gonna scroll down my little girl. I gotta call my mom right now to see if she's ready. Yes, yes. So yes, and yeah, that's why shit is off the chair and shit ain't real no more because motherfuckers are all acting like they know. They're just regurgitating off of each other. That's why people be like, oh, I watched her video just to get insight. Or it was funny. No, you watched her video and now you're manipulating that energy and you're absorbing that because you are what you watch. You are what you eat. You are what you watch and you are what you sleep with. That's why I would say when a guy talk about his girlfriend being a hoe, well, what does that make you? When a woman talk about a dog, like my man is a dog, he's a bastard, but you're fucking him still. So what that make you? Girl, what does that make you? Ain't none of this shit real. They're all fucking acting. Trust I'm telling you that. And going into the girl being bald. Yes, the bald one. I know she bald because she gray. And she makes sure that gray ain't showing because she want to look young. That face look young. So she said, let me shave off all my gray hair, honey. And let me show that I'm younger. But girl, it's okay. So I want to know how old she really is. How old you really is acting like that. And that's sad too, girl. That y'all, it's always the youngest ones that act most mature. Oshun was the youngest Orisha. And she's one of the most devoted Orishas. And I am the youngest, I would say the youngest spiritual son here. Anybody younger that's been doing it this long and established, just come forward and talk about it. Okay? Hello. And it's just weird that you see all these older people fight about who's better, 40 plus year olds fighting about it. I'm a witch, I'm a bitch, I'm a witch, I'm a sorceress, I'm a hoodooist. I know more than hoodoo, I'm a Satanist. I know about spirit and blah, blah, blah. And then even this person said too, I know spirit by looking at people. No, you don't. No, you don't. Anybody who know about divination, it's a process. Why I think when I do my spiritual readings, I tell you all, send me your stuff and give me time because it's a process and these energies start talking to you. You're not opening that energy all day, every day, because motherfuckers can meet up with you and zap your shit up out of you. I don't care how protected you think you are. There's someone always out there greater and powerful than you, more powerful than you. So like I said, I'm trying to figure out how you know someone's spirit just by looking at them. And I knew the bitch was gagging when she said that one of these celebrities was Oshun. And I'm like, Oshun is very feminine by nature. And that person she said is Oshun is very masculine. Even Oshun's sons are very feminine. They can act like men, but they're very prime and primed, honey. Lined up beard, mustache, eyebrows may be done. They like their manicure. They like clean, nice, organized homes. Yes. So you can't sit here and tell me that bitch is motherfucking Oshun when a bitch is a motherfucking masker. She's talking about cutting people and shooting people up and attacking people. Nigga. And then I'm a man. Like, girl, that's not Oshun at all. At all. She can have energies of Oshun, but that's not Oshun. She got a codependent for what comes from your mouth, sweet God. Come on. Codependency, come on. Will the populace kill ignorance? Well, it sure will, because through that, it will create a fire. See, the apocalypse plant care will go out in fire. And fire is rejuvenating. It is cleansing. It's purifying. It transmutes. It remixes. It changes elements. It changes frequencies. So the apocalypse will kill ignorance. Because, of course, going past the year 2020, ignorance cannot exist no more. It got to go. It got to go. Lack of knowledge is ignorance. And the scripture says that for the lack of knowledge, my people will perish, honey. Now, the word to stand out to me is lack of knowledge and perish. If you don't know what perish means, I want you to look that up. Because we see when you go to the story, it says perishable. That means it's able to perish, right? So perish. What lack of knowledge is what kills people. Ignorance really kill you. People do not understand that. Love and light, healing and knowledge. Knowledge is where you're going to find yourself. The light is where you're going to find yourself. Is where you're going to extend to. Ignorance allow you to stay and dwell in your lower self. It allow you to stay ignorant. It actually is death. Honestly, it is. Stupidity is death. Choosing to stay ignorant is death. It's death dying over and over and over and over. The process that is a part of death is the void. In the void, your memory is gone. You don't remember anything. That's why people say, well, why we don't remember our past life? Because you exit out in a void and you come in through a void. That's why inside of the mother's womb is dark. It's a dark place because your brain is being reconditioned. Although you can hear stuff, that's the sensories of the physical body. But the internal stuff is being worked on. That's why you're being incubated and nourished in your mother's womb for 10 months. It was 9, now they're changing to 10. And we already told you about the numbers and why they do that. Because things are being resetted. That's why I moved to 10 months. And there's 13 signs, 13 zodiacs, because things are being resetted. Your DNA is being reset as we speak right now. Through the food you're eating, the water you're drinking, and the people that you're fucking. So like I said, that void is what causes you to forget things. It causes you to go through a rebirth process. It causes you to say, I don't remember going into Sheol, the belief system of the Jewish people. Sheol is a place under the earth where the unconscious reside. So when you die, you go to Sheol. You are unaware of everything. You're just basically a zombie. You're just there. You don't know that you're a spirit. You don't know if you're dead or alive. You're just there. So yes, the apocalypse will kill ignorance, because this time around, baby, you can't come back dumb. You can't come back ignorant. You can't come back being full of stupidity because you choose to be. Through love, you grasp understanding. Through love, you see things for what it is. My mother loves me. My mother loves me to life, as I love my mother. My mother never had an experience with anybody like me. And I can say the same for her, because, this life, this is the life I live in now. But either way, through love for me, my mother accepted me in all of my differences. All of my differences. Even when I came to the terms of me being who I am, my mother was like, bitch, I already knew. Bitch, I'm your mother. Honey, you are in my body. I already knew. So like I said, love understands, even if it doesn't want to, it bow down to it. It bow down. Love is humility. Love is respect. So when people disrespect you because they have no love for you, when people does not acknowledge the goddess in you, and that's all we can sum it up to, is because they do not acknowledge the goddess in them. Because we all know that we're all physical, personified, personification of divine energy, including the homeless man. So you got to have respect for all people. Unless, of course, they disrespect you, then you have every right to disrespect them. And that's what my mother taught us. You have respect people that have respect for you. They don't respect you, bitch, you disrespect their asses. And that's exactly what I do. Okay? Come on, Sabrina. Yes. Come on, Renee Thomas. How are you, girl? Ears wide out. Come on. Hey, Mystic. So happy. Thank you, Kim. Hey, Kim. Yes, Kim. Kim, you found my channel, Kim. Come on, Kim. How you doing, Kim? Come on, Kim. How you doing? Yes. You from Cali, too? Come on, Love Me Fro. Yes. You from Cali. Love Me Fro. Is that your name? That sounds very Latin tongue. Love me, fro. Love me, fro. God got you me good and high again. 323. Come on, you in LA? Come on, 323. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Azila Bay said the 212. The 212 is definitely equal to the 323. Come on, 212. Yes. Free protection for good people in this room that can't be bought. That's right. Come on, Rick Locked. Yes, come on. Come on, Rick. I was reading stuff and I came across the Book of Enoch and the first flood or deluge or apocalypse, because the first apocalypse was water, the next one is fire. Is there anything related? Well, I would just say this, that As I said before, don't be caught up in these illusions where people are like, well, we're shifting into the fourth dimension. And if you buy my book for $29.99, I will show you how to prepare yourself. Ultimately, what they're talking about is death. Because in order for you to come into the third dimension, there was a dying process, because after death comes rebirth. So in order for you to be reborn or reincarnate into the third dimension, there was a process before that known as death. That's also alchemy. So going into the fourth and fifth dimension, you're not going to get there being in your physical body. And people be like, I'm going into the fourth dimension. I'm already in the fourth dimension. No, baby girl, no, you're not, because you're still living. Our ancestors are in the fourth and the fifth dimension. That's how they can see things ahead of time. When you go into divination and you have access to these realms, that's how you see things for what it is. When people have premonition, they're tapping into a higher frequency. The fourth dimension is a higher frequency. You cannot access that in the physical body. So, like I said, don't be fooled by that bullshit. The fourth dimension, we are going to the fourth dimension, bitch, because we're upon that time. Things have to change. We had dying process, but I like to call them mocking. We had mimicking. We had man-made deaths up to this point. But the process that is happening now is things are dying out. Death is all around. We're seeing things decay because that is the process. So that's how you know, that's one sign that you know that something is coming. But a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. And a lot of people are afraid of that. And you cannot be afraid of that, because I believe that the next rebirth process that we have, those who are righteous, those who will live their truth, those who have understand who they are, who have understood, or they would say overstand or overstood who they are. That next cycle, you're going to remember everything. You're going to remember everything, because now you're at a godlike state. You're going to remember everything, all of your experiences. And that's also going to get rid of separation of the body and separation of the mind. Because under one rule, you accept all things, because you say, well, I remember when I was a man. I remember when I was a woman. I remember when I was gay. I remember when I was straight. I remember when I had kids. I remember when I couldn't have kids. You're going to remember all of that shit. You incarnate, you're going to bring that back with you. And that's the beautiful part about that, about going into the fourth and fifth dimension. Racism, sexism, homophobia, that whole Christianity shit, Satanist shit, separation of that shit, that is not going to exist in the fourth and fifth dimension. And I guarantee you that. That's why you look at what people are saying, you're just like, these are people that are afraid. That's that phobia of, I'm afraid, so let me speak out against it. I'm afraid of people accepting people for who they are, because I don't want that. But you're also part of the agenda, because they don't want that. But that is God's plan. That is the Most High's plan. Thomas 22, the Egyptian Gospels, from the Egyptian Gospels, Thomas 22. And if you're agnostic, you know exactly what I'm saying. Thomas 22 said, when the outer become the inner, when the upper becomes the lower, when male and female becomes one, is when the kingdom of heaven will open. You cannot reach to the higher plane. You cannot reach God-like consciousness operating the way that you're operating now. And when I say you're operating, I'm talking about mankind. Being racist, not understanding that God made that woman white this life for her to grasp the concept of what it means to be white in this day and age. Not understanding that God made that person a male this life for him, or for it to acknowledge or to grasp the concept of what it's like to be masculine at this point in time. That's the issue. You got a problem with, well, Christianity ain't right. Buddhism ain't right. They don't know the truth. I don't know. Bitch, who are you? I'm so glad that you created the moon and the stars and the birds and the bees. I'm so glad that you created the way that the oceans flow. I'm so glad that you determined what made the heart beat. I'm so glad you determined how each and every one of us have different fingerprints. I'm so glad you determined that. But what I'm not glad about And what I'm actually saddened for you about is that you couldn't control your own damn life, that you couldn't piece together your own damn puzzle in the process, that you had the ability, you had a one-track mind to where you don't know your life, but I can sit here and tell you about your life. How does that work? How does that work? You're not godly. You're not part of any divine sources. Divine source is not hate. Divine source is not dislike. The divine source is not ignorance. The divine source is not anything that is ungodly. If you're not a part of God, then you wouldn't be here. You have the existence and you have the non-existent. You would have been aborted. You would have stayed in the lower realms. You being here, you being manifested, you being able to manifest into the third dimension says great. It speaks great volumes. It speaks beyond comprehension because, like I said, you exist. And the Most High, and if you want to go into the spirits, and Shu, allow that to be so. The gatekeepers allow you or allowed you to come here. So if the Most High did not allow that, and he did not, or she did not, or they did not, because like I said, Oludumare is a supreme being that's all things, the beginning and the end, male and female, gay, straight, all in one. If it was not meant for you to be who you are, you wouldn't exist. None of this will exist. There will be no gay shit if gayness was not supposed to be here. There'll be no heterosexuality, that one's supposed to be here. Everything is here because we all have a different agenda, and that's okay. Accept it and move on. But like I said, people, I'm so sick of people that don't know their own agenda and they're not comfortable with their agenda. Maybe they know their agenda, they're just afraid to accept it, speaking out against people, other people's agenda. Bitch, you don't know my plan. You don't know my destiny, bitch. You don't know anything about anything at all. At all. Learn something, little girl. Learn something, little boy. Learn something about yourself. Then you'll start to see, shit, it did start with me. Because you hate yourself, you hate other people. When you love yourself, bitch, you start to see love in other people. And I know that for a fact. When you dislike something about yourself, bitch, and you start saying, I can't stand that bitch. I can't hate that. Ooh, I hate that. I hate people. I can't do that bitch. Ooh, she make me mad. He make me mad. They make me mad. You always point those motherfucking fingers, honey. But then you start taking the time and saying, I love the fact is that I have a loud mouth. I love the fact is that I talk too much. I love the fact that I also know how to retain that. Also, I love blah, 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 blah. Then you start seeing that energy in other people. Like, I feel connected to you, girl. I resonate with you. Even though, you may be very different from me. You may do shit that I wouldn't do, but I still resonate with you because I love who I am. So it causes me to see who you are for who you are. Hate is shades. Hate is blinding. Going into demons, we talk about demons. Demons cannot see you clearly until you lower your frequency to them. Then it starts to become clear to them what you look like. But before then, it's blurred. They can't see what you're doing. And I think that's with all spirits. They can't have access to seeing you do what you do physically because they're not allowed to see that. But once you start doing certain shit, it makes their vision clearer. And that's how they're able to attack you. So people that operate at a higher frequency won't have to worry about being cursed. You don't have to worry about getting hexed, getting fucked up. Because, bitch, you operate at a higher frequency. But when your frequency is a lot of these other motherfuckers, then you got problems. Then you got, I gotta be careful. Shit's happening. Yes, because your frequency is lower. Raise that shit up. That is correct. No. African Americans as a whole are not connected to Orishas because they do not know their connections to the Orishas. That's what that is. They do not know their connections to the Orishas. That's what that is. And of course, when we talk about the Orishas and we talk about the African spirits, this video is primarily about Yoruba. So, of course, we can go into Americans being indigenous, and before some Africans got here, there was already blacks here. We can go into that, but this is not about that. This is about people who are in the voodoo paths, who are in the paths of Ifa, who are in the paths of Santeria, Lukumi, and they're trying to speak out against certain rules or regulations, not knowing what the truth is, not knowing that all people are allowed into the kingdom as long as they have a pure heart, not knowing that. They're speaking out against, well, if he like dick, he can't do it because that's unclean. What? 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 No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. But a vagina is just as acidic and as dirty as the ass is. And I'm not even cutting in. We're talking about science. We're talking about things on a chemical level. Very toxic and acidic. So, bitch, what? What are you talking about? Honey, what? I don't understand that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on, Rick Locked. So yes, and also too, I want to say this too, as well as Jay, there were some slaves that did make it here. So some people are indigenous, so they also have African blood as well. Yes. So even if you are an indigenous African American or indigenous America, which means your ancestors were here, they were Black, but they've been here for thousands of years, you still more than likely have connections to Africans, because even going into the slavery or the enslavement, when they enslaved Africans, they also enslaved Mongoloids, they also enslaved indigenous people as well. So indigenous people had to also take on the customs of either the masters or other people, other influences. And like I said, that's what hoodoo came about. That's what hoodoo is. It's combining of what they were teaching you that you have to do and incorporate the indigenous stuff and the African stuff all in one. So you could definitely still have African roots or just pure indigenous roots. But either way, the indigenous still learned the ways of the Africans and vice versa. Yes, the Africans and the indigenous people protected each other. So you still knew the ways of each other. You still knew herbs. There are herbs that are here in America that are not grown in Africa. So obviously, when these Africans got here, someone had to teach them how to do it. Even going into slavery, where people think that the masters taught, and we know masters, well, we gotta say massa the way they say it. The masses taught the slaves how to cook and how to pick cotton and all that. We all know that ain't true, because the masters ain't from this land. They didn't know this agriculture. They didn't know this land. They didn't know anything about the things that came from there. So they had people, and you call them house niggas if you want to, being a right-hand man to teach them, well, this is how you do that. That's how you kick this. How you do that. Because they didn't know about that shit. They didn't have the same shit over there in Europe as they had over here. The hell? Yes, ancestors, true spiritual family. Yes. And like I said, don't get mundane ancestry mixed up with spiritual ancestry. Two separate things. Like I said, with race as well, or being white or Black. Are you speaking about white people as a race or a motherfucking culture? When you say Black, are you speaking of Black people as a race or as a motherfucking culture? Because you got to know the difference. When you speak about ancestors, you speak about ancestors in a mundane way or a spiritual way. Because a lot of people can't tell you that. They talk about ancestry interchangeably, and I know I do that sometimes too. But I try to stop that because I think a lot of you grasp the mundane way. But that's why even some of you said, well, if I'm white this life, but I feel connected to an Orisha, even though I'm white, how is that my ancestor? And I'm like, whoa, spiritual wise, you could still have a spiritual lineage line connected to Oshun or any other Orisha. And also even genetically, you could have Black in your ancestry, maybe 3 or 4 generations back. You don't know. And you had a lot of people, and I will continue to say this, you had a lot of white folks that were actually Black that passed as white folks, and they actually took that and they kept that. We can bring up a lot of political parties, a lot of presidents. That's what I said. Barack Obama was not the first Black president. He was the first Black openly president, maybe, but he wasn't the first Black president, baby. Not at all. Not a chance. A lot of these motherfuckers were black, but because they were light skinned, they passed as being white, and that's what they were passed on. And even some of them, because their grandfather was white or their dad was white, they passed them as being white because they said that you are what your daddy is. You remember that saying? You're your mother's religion and your daddy's race, because your mama's the one that was at home with you who took you to go worship spirit. Your mother's the one who taught you the spirit. And I'm talking about those of you who have real mothers. I can speak for people who don't know that. I'm just talking about it. I'm just saying. Your mother taught you spirit and your daddy taught you motherfucking culture. No tea, no shade. So that goes into that. They had a white daddy, so their past was being white. Can we talk? Can we talk? There's even an African-American male who identifies African-American, but people don't give him credit for that, who brought the occult stuff into America. He's a pioneer in that, a pioneer in that, but people don't give him credit. The Western world know about magic because of this man. But of course, he had a father who was European mixed, and that's what they identified him as. So of course, people don't really give him credit because they're like, well, he's another white man. No. He was black, and he identified as being black, African-American. He identified as that, honey. And we talked about that, honey. Pascal, honey, we talked about that, honey. So like I said, a lot of black folks passed as whites in the early times, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and never failed. And a lot of these people are actually descendant of those blacks that passed as white who didn't tell nobody. You see it on Oprah, you see it on Maury. There's books out there of daughters, and you gag. Because you look at these motherfuckers and you say, damn, she looked full-blooded white. But her daddy was a black man who had a white grandfather. And because the white took over, her daddy identified as being white, and he got him jobs and shit. And while his sisters and brothers were darker, so they couldn't pass as that, and they were being mistreated. So anyway, like I said, physical ancestry, spiritual ancestry. There is a difference. And usually when I'm talking about ancestors, I'm thinking of spiritual connections, not physical. That's what I'm speaking of. So yes. And I hope I answer your question, Plain Care, about your reading about the book of Enoch and the first flood or deluge or apocalypse was water, and the next will be fire. I hope I answered your question when I was speaking about that. Yes. So listen, y'all, I got to call my mom. We're supposed to go to lunch at 11 o'clock. I got to call her and be like, let's go to lunch and go to lunch. Ow. Let me call her, honey. So it was good chatting with you guys. Today is the last day to get the early bird special for the Art of Conjure class, as well as the San La Muerte class, honey. That's right. Also known as, honey, because she can't even say that term either, this bitch I'm talking about. She said the Grim Weeper. No, Santa Muerte is not the Grim Weeper. Grim Weeper, Reaper. And you know the old saying, you reap what you sow? That usually means for you motherfuckers that do evil shit. When you evil motherfuckers die, you're going to definitely meet the Grim Reaper, who has the raven with him. Okay? Santa Muerte has the owl with her because she is a dark energy, but she operates at a high frequency. And in the class of San La Muerte, we go over that. Okay? So San La Muerte is not the same thing as the Grim Reaper. Who would be the same thing as the Grim Reaper would be Oya. Oya and Santa Muerte don't have the same energy. They're not connected. They don't have the same frequency. No tea, no shade. As I said before, Santa Muerte is similar to Kalima, but they're not the same. Well, like I said, the Grim Reaper is for those who have had a fucked up life. That's also the angel called Azrael, honey. Azrael. The Grim Reaper, that is the spirit that fucking comes back to fuck you up. Because you fuck motherfuckers up, and when you go, he got to teach your ass a lesson. So everybody don't see the Grim Reaper. Those are the motherfuckers that had a fucked up ass life. You did curses, hexes. You were hating on motherfuckers. I can't stand faggots. Yeah, girl, the Grim Reaper gonna get your ass together when you die. Oh my God, I saw the Grim Reaper. Of course you did, bitch. Because you gotta go. The Grim Reaper cleanses y'all, honey. You can't reach higher levels without the Grim Reaper. Well, like I said, Sal Muerte is not the same thing. And unfortunately, like I said, she was speaking about shit she thought she knew. It's not the same. Sal Muerte is not the same as the Grim Reaper, honey. Totally two different things. She's closer to Yemaya, honey. Catch those teeth. She's closer to Yemaya and Virgin Mary and Lady of Guadalupe than she is the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper is a male energy. Sal Muerte is a feminine energy. That's why she heals, she protects, she fucks up, she rebirths, she replenishes, because only a divine feminine being could do that. Masculine energy could heal, but masculine energy can't do so much. In fact, talking about science-wise, masculine energy is what kills off people. When serial killers get adrenaline, what is adrenaline? Adrenaline is related to testosterone, if you do not know that. So rapists and killers, oh no, you're not getting that. No, you're not. Rapists and killers, they have high levels of testosterone. That's why one of their things is get them castrated. That's why I say you motherfuckers out here that are built like men, over talk about trannies and shit. And it's like, girl, well, you got a vagina though. Why you look like that? You're a killer. You're a killer, sis. Your level of testosterone is rising. You'll kill somebody. You can't nurture. You can't love because it's not in you. The testosterone is taking over that body. Even going into trans men. Trans men take testosterone shots, and it's very risky. A lot of trans men actually die because testosterone actually it kills you. It can make your organs inflamed, and it'll just fuck you up. So a lot of trans men actually do not survive the process because it's deadly. Testosterone is a very deadly hormone. It gives you strength to knock motherfuckers out. Go figure. Testosterone is the reason why you get upset and you're, oh, fuck you. That's not estrogen. That's not estrogen, girl. Estrogen is very calm and soothing. Going through menopause. When women go through menopause, that is their testosterone levels rising or estrogen levels lowering, and they become very angry and agitated. Hello? If you don't know that. So, like I said, honey, I'm watching these fuckers, these motherfuckers. How dare you fix your mouth? Talk about gays have no place in Yoruba. Gays are not welcomed in voodoo. Says an African American? Bitch, please. Nigeria loves me. Hades love me. And another thing, maybe you start putting down some of those GMO cakes and start eating some fruit. Then maybe you'll have some common sense, bitch. But you're eating processed and genetic modified foods, then you also become genetically modified and motherfucking processed. And I eat processed foods too. Don't get me wrong. I eat my Wendy's and my McDonald's too, bitch. But like I said, I still eat my fruit. I still take my vitamins. I still drink my water. Oh, girl. That was a bitter ass piece of that damn. Let me eat me a mango, honey, to wash that down. Ooh. Girl, that pineapple was bitter. That was the ass of the pineapple. What else? Yep, he liked mango. He doesn't like pineapple though. Anubis like mango. He likes kale. He like collard greens. He like broccoli. Huh. He like potatoes. Huh. He like Roman lettuce. He does not like iceberg lettuce. Huh. He like beans too. Black beans in particular. You like beans? Want some beans? I make some beans tonight. Yes, they are. Yes. See you later, Kim. Yeah. How many people signed up for the early bird? So far, 5 people, plant care. Today's their last day. Fuck, I keep losing fruit. Today is their last day. You got until midnight to sign up for the early bird. And those who I will announce on Friday, those who won the early bird or the person who won the early bird. I'm thinking if like 10 people join, I'm going to do 2. If one person join, oh, excuse me, the early bird for the art of conjuring, you get 5 classes of your choice. And people don't know, for classes, if you want to learn something that I do not offer in my curriculum or on my list of classes, then I'm more than welcome to get into it and teach you. There's no issue with that. So 5 classes, honey, can we talk about it? And then for the Salamote class, you get a candle set. You get a candle set, Salamote candles. And I'm actually about to go to the shop today, pick up some tea. What do we got? I really got to go. I got to go get my rental today. And like I said, go have lunch with my mom right now. Hopefully she's still available. She told me 11 o'clock and it started 12 o'clock. And she got, ooh. Oh. Mm-mm. So anyway, speaking of the devil, anyway, let me call her back. Yes, they are paying for that. Abuse of power, current and past life. Yes, they're paying for it. Come on. Come on, goddess, light, glad to fight. I do love you. You remind me so much of myself. Knowledge rules power, girl. Keep doing yourself. You can rock. Thank you, goddess. Yes, goddess Cellcat. There you go. Goddess Cellcat. How are you doing? I have not seen that name in such a long time, goddess Cellcat. How are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. Listen, if we pay for a class, do some classes have multiple parts or do some just have one part? Class got multiple parts. And Dea, I know why you asked that. Dea, I know why you asked that, Dea. I'm going to see you part 2 of that class today. Dea. Dea, I know why you asked that, girl. I'm sending you that today. I'm going to also send Rico that today, too. So, yes, today you're going to get your part 2. Also, today is actually call-in day. We're going to do a testimony video later, possibly when I come back. And yeah, when I come back, look, you know, I'm leaving right now. Look, he know. See, my baby is smart, honey. When I come back, y'all, look, he know when I say I come back and we leaving. You know that we leaving. What what you want to do? You gotta say go pee pee? I gotta take you right now. I gotta take my baby to go pee pee, y'all. He gotta go pee pee. Good baby, you're good. Come in. You such a good baby. You such a good baby. You such a good boo. You gotta go pee pee now. Come on, let's go pee pee. Anyway, y'all, love and light you guys. Thank you guys for stopping by. We'll do the call in tonight around 5 p.m. Can we do 5 p.m. there? 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Daytime, Pacific Standard Time. That's 7 p.m. if you're in Central, and that's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time. Okay, because I got a lot I got to do between now and then. And yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I can't wait, honey. Come on through. Testimonies, call in, questions. And I might do a little something too. I don't know. I feel the spirit today, honey. Orula is coming through today. Oshun is coming through today. Ow! Come on, mama. Mama's always here, but definitely today, with permission of mama, I'm here to present for y'all today. And like I said, we in that today. So, you know, I feel a little generous today, you know, and, you know, it is what it is. Okay, thank you. I wonder if I taste like chocolate too. Let me taste myself. No, it tastes like skin to me. Thank you. Anyway, yes, it's a call in. Yes, honey. Yes. So listen, y'all, thank you all for stopping by. Wow, to Spirit and Miss Ed at blogspot.com to check out the current deals, classes we're offering, special classes. And I believe, that ended yesterday. And then also, like I said, we'll be doing the call in 28spirit and mystic8 at gmail.com. Everything is in the description box if you want to contact me with questions about products and services. Okay? Do we have people a part of our Ancestry Live right now with people that are considered soulmates? Yes, you do. Well, I don't get that question. Do we have people a part of our Ancestry Alive right now? Yeah, like your parents, right? Your parents are part of your ancestry. Your grandparents are too, right? Yes. Well, people that are be considered soulmates. Are you asking me, Plant Care, if soulmates are considered a part of your ancestral path? Are you asking, is it possible for an ancestor to reincarnate as a soulmate? Because I think you're thinking of spiritual ancestry. So yes, you have multiple soulmates. You have multiple twin flames, honey. Soulmates is people that are here to help you finish out an agenda, just like twin flames are. Twin flames are basically like you, but they're not you. So one might be from New York while the other's from Africa. And one might be a white woman from New York and an African man from Africa. So, and there's a lot of similarities with you, your lifestyle, what you like, your mannerisms, everything's the same. That's what a twin flame is. And those people actually help to lift you. Very, very, very similar to kindred spirit. They're here to keep you on the right path. Oh my God, it's my mom calling. Hello. Girl, you ready for lunch? Okay. Okay. Can we do that after 2 then? Because I'll go get my rental after that. My rental. So could it be that after 2 for that to Jasmine? Oh. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. And when everybody's come, I'm leaving. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, you can be there the whole time. Oh. Yeah. You're a true T. Yes, girl. Mm-hmm. Come on, girl. Come on, mama. But mama, I've always been that though. You remember I'm talking to my YouTubers right now. We were just talking about that. I said, remember when I first transitioned and you were like, I already knew. You said you should have been done. So girl, I've always been that girl. No, not yet. It'll be here Thursday. And I ordered me some. Yeah, it says Thursday or Friday. And if it's Friday, I'm hoping it's early morning. But yeah, our clothes will be here on Thursday, though. I think I'm thinking of my other clothes. So I'll order me something else, too, like a dress to wear. Yeah, so it'll be here tomorrow. Oh, you got that. Don't worry about that, girl. I got you covered for that, girl. Yes. The shoes I got is going to be white and pink, girl. Ooh, it look like a peony, girl. It look like a peony, girl. Oh, did she come down yesterday? Oh, shit. I'm going to have to call her because I woke up too late. Mhm. Hold on, yeah. Mm-hmm. You wearing a shawl. Okay, it's a fur shawl. Oh wow, it's a pink fur shawl. Wow. Ooh, I gotta see that girl. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, so like I said, we can go eat today, but like I said, to go to Winco and all that stuff, wait until after 2 o'clock. I'll go back and I'll go pick you up and we can go do all that at 2. You okay? So you want to do that after I do? Yeah, that'll be better because like I said, it's 12 something right now. Okay, so good. So we'll go eat at 2 and then we'll go to Winco, we'll go to hair place and all that. Perfect. Yeah, the hairstyle and all that. Perfect. All righty, girl. See you soon. Bye bye. Love you too. Bye bye. Oh, girl, that's so weird that we were just talking about that. My mom was like, yeah, we were just talking today. And brother was like, I guess you got 2 sons and 1 daughter now. Anyway, listen, y'all. Listen. I forgot where I was at before I was about to end this right now. My mom's giving me more time, so that's perfect because I can actually get dressed. I can take baby out, and I can actually get my stuff together to go get my motherfucking rental. And yes, honey. But spiritual ancestry. There we go. So yes, everybody. So let me give you a good example. Plant care. So we have missions, schemes, life schemes, right? And you have like the doctor. And we'll even say not even schemes. We'll take it back. We have an agenda because, of course, the schemes in life would be you're the professional. I think now they have like personality types. Those are the schemes. Like you're the healer, you're the teacher, you're the pastor, whatever. You have assignments as a spiritual person. It's the whole purpose of you incarnating all these lives as different people. This is the whole purpose. You have an assignment, and the assignment is for you to send and receive data back to and from the Most High. So you are the experiencing aspect of the Most High. That's what you are. We're all sources, or we're all connected to the source of the Most High, but we represent different frequencies, different levels of that. So let's say in your past life, plant care, if you were a player, and you had many women and you actually, raped a few women. Well, in this life, you're going to more than likely come back as a woman. And your storyline would be being raped, being abused, and whatever experience you experienced because you did it in your previous life to someone else. And we're not just saying that solely, it could be the life before that as well, because it all adds in. So the people from your past life, who was your mama, your sister, your brother, your auntie, and your uncle, were all still a part of your spiritual ancestral, right? Because that's why you came through them in this physical world. They're here in this life to also be your relative in another way, shape, or form, because you have things you have to learn and they've been assigned to help you learn that. So that's what soulmates and twin flames are. Not all your relatives, just like as we said, going into a scientific genealogy, everybody does not get everybody genetics. You can have a mixed father who's mixed with Indian, African, and European, and you can have a mother who is mixed with the exact same thing, and you can actually only take from them the African and the European, or vice versa, the indigenous blood. So everything doesn't duplicate over. Some things just stop where it needs to be at. And that is the Most High. That is the power of the Most High, because people don't understand how that's possible. Even the scientists, they're like, how the fuck is that possible for somebody to have a black and white mother with a black dad, and all they take is the black from the mother and the black from the dad? That's why they came out darker. Whatever. But it's true. But that's totally different. Kindred spirits are familiars, soulmates, and twin flames. Twin flames are more like your sister and your brother type of energy. Like you guys are similar energies that are meant to intertwine because you guys are going to go through similar experiences and they're there to help you go through that. Your soulmate's job is to help you learn your lessons. So a lot of people say, well, somebody said that my man who beat my ass was my soulmate, but I was like, bitch, how is he my soulmate if he, and I'm just like, duh, because maybe in your last life you were abusive to him. Maybe he was actually a she and you were actually a him and you abused him. So his job in this life is to teach you a lesson about your damn self. That's what a soulmate is. A soulmate teach you lessons about yourself. So your soulmate could be your lover. Your soulmate could be your best friend. Your soulmate could be your teacher. Your soulmate could be anybody, anything. Your twin flame, the same thing. Your twin flame could be your lover. Your twin flame could be your friend. Like these are just different experiences of people that are meant to be in your life for a particular reason. That's why they say everybody in your life has a reason, and it could only be for one season because they're here to teach you something. So yes, your ancestral people can incarnate in this life as your soulmate. Yes, you could definitely marry an ancestral, a lineage, ancestor. You could definitely marry an ancestor. Definitely. For mundane people don't think that's possible, but you definitely could. You ever meet people that look alike, but they're not related? Yeah, that's one sign of your ancestors reincarnating together and they're different from each other because, like I said, the physical cannot interpret 100% of the spiritual. I almost took off this damn thing. The spiritual cannot interpret 100% of the spiritual because it's two separate things. So there's not always a physical, tangible evidence or way to explain spiritual things. But there's always a spiritual way to explain spiritual things or a spiritual way to explain the mundane, tangible things. So they go hand in hand. But the physical cannot always interpret the spiritual. That's why you have Scientology and that's why you have atheists. Because atheists are people that are lost in translation. So they say, fuck it, I give up. And then you have scientists who are set out to prove God wrong, to prove that the universe was not created by a supreme being, that there's no such thing as God. That's the role of a scientist. That's why I always love when people say, I'm spiritual, but NASA said that there's a planet coming our way. You're confused, sister, because you're not spiritual. If you're spiritual, you understand that the space that we look into is just a mirror. That's something covered. You ever heard of a two-way mirror? That's what we're looking at. We look into the sky. So if you're purposefully, or you're saying you're seeing two suns, or you're seeing a planet about to come and hit us, something on that inside is not right. And it's reflecting back to you. All these planets, Jupiter, Pluto, they all represent internal energies. So like I said, scientists is here to fool you. Scientists are here to prove that the Most High, that we did not come from someone or something creating us from clay. They're here to prove that we came from monkeys. Everything that God say or spirit say, they want to discredit. That's why I said I will never argue with an atheist about spirituality or somebody who totally believes in science. I won't do it. And there's no way if you're a real spiritual person, you're going to sit here and try to battle that too. Like, well, yeah, well, they said there's a planet coming and we don't know because all things are possible. Bitch, you ain't spiritual then. You ain't spiritual then because they say that we're not important. Scientists say that we're not important. Scientists say that we're not extravagant. Scientists say that we're not special, that we just happened by accident. The Big Bang Theory, that's an accident. We're here by accident. And yet you're going to honor and resonate with that frequency and going to try to be like, I'm your brother, I'm your sister. No, the fuck you not, bitch, because I don't resonate with that shit. And if you resonate with that bitch, there's no way we connected. Maybe there's certain qualities in that. And then also you have that leeching spirit who just deal with people because they want to use that energy. And then when you don't have the energy for them no more, then they want to stop leeching. That's why I said before, I used to come on my other channel. I used to talk about a lot of stuff and hella people would reach out and try to befriend me. When I stopped speaking out too much and keeping that shit within and only offered that in my classes, now certain people don't really hit me up. And they hit me up when they want to. And like I told you guys, I have a spiritual sister who give me insight on people all the time. And she said, that person's the leech. That person is just this. That person's that. That should be business only. Don't do personal shit with them. And I kid you not, the prophecy is fulfilled. So that's what I said. We're not resonating. You may act like we resonate because you want what I have. You see that energy, you're like, well, this is the only person I'm gonna get to without being charged $1,000 for it. Other motherfuckers gonna charge me thousands of dollars, or it's never gonna happen. But this bitch don't know. Bitch, I do know. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, girl. That's why we don't have no personal time together. I'm watching you, bitch. You don't think I watch, but I'm watching, honey. But anyway, yes. Yes, honey. Yes. Spiritual ancestor. Hello, Renee Thomas. Spiritual ancestor is something called spiritual lineage. Now, I encourage you to look this up, not just by Googling. You could actually go get a spiritual book and break it down for you. So basically, you are connected through spiritual, we'll say energy. We'll say energy connections, energy codings, right? There's codings that frequencies. There you go, frequencies. Bam. Frequency. You are linked up to a certain frequency. That is considered spiritual ancestry. So, good example, people, when they say that they're daughters and sons of Yemaya or Oya or Oshun, spiritually, their frequency is that of that Orisha. And as we said, Orishas are personifications of Ashe, which is divine energy from Olodumare. So that's what spiritual ancestry is. Spiritual ancestry is actually frequencies that you're connected to. So they say, for a good example, there's millions of frequencies out there. And I'll even say this, when it comes down to arranged marriages and stuff, people don't understand the reason behind arranged marriages. Arranged marriages is a concept, and it is a practice that comes from people trying to link bloodlines together to keep that bloodline pure and or to empower up and coming generations. So what they do is, and of course some people do it for money and all that good stuff, but we're talking about the real reason for that. The real reason for arranged marriages was to do spiritual stuff, to encode that. So people believe that there's actual codings that Lakshmi, for the Hindu people, Lakshmi actually placed together. And if people have this frequency, it's like a chart. Think like 200 something odd things there. In order for your daughter, who, let's say, resonate or is the Lakshmi personified, she works best with another energy. So two other energies. It's either going to be Lakshmi, Lakshmi, or it's going to be Vishnu. Either way, and there's other ones too, but we're going to keep with those. So either way, you're going to go by this chart, like a priest of some sort, and you're going to link it together. Well, this person have this qualities of that, but they're not that, blah, blah, blah. And basically, whoever got the highest score out of that, you link those two together. And of course, that's something that's done privately. So this is the whole arranged marriage shit. There's codings, there's frequencies based off your personality, your energy, also health. People don't know that your health history is also your frequency. People out there say, well, now all my ancestors don't live past 50. Ooh, nobody needs to be mating with your ass then, girl, because you got a low frequency there. Everybody in my family died of heart attacks and cancer. Ooh, girl, yeah, nobody of higher stature should be linking up with you and your people, honey. No tea, no shade. You know, that shit right there. Like I said, that frequency is your spiritual ancestry. And I guarantee you, you not living past 50, everybody dying from cancer and heart disease is a spiritual thing. That's why spiritual ancestry is so important. Knowing what you're linked to, knowing what frequencies that resonate from your body, and know you cannot detect that just by looking at people. Like I said, one of these spirituals have you thinking that they could just look at, that's Oya, that's Shungo, that's Arayo, that's Agayu. Like, bitch, you mean to tell me that you've been blessed with the gift of prophecy, but yet you're fortune telling? Because you're not divining. Divining is a process. We know this. That's why it takes people that are trained in divination. It takes training to be a diviner. Some people have that naturally. Matter of fact, all people that divinate has it naturally, but some people have it higher than others, and they need training to master that. But no one's taught how to divinate. You either have it or you don't have it. Same thing with being true spirituals, being a healer. Nobody's taught to be a healer, bitch. That's your natural gift. If you're not naturally a healer, you cannot heal nobody. I think I'm a healer, and your whole damn life you made motherfuckers cry and hurt their feelings, but you're a healer? Okay, excuse the fuck out of me. You could divine. You've always had the ability to divinate, and you're the daughter of Oshun because Oshun is the divinator, right? But or diviner, right? But yet it took you until you were 40 years old to figure out that you're the daughter of Oshun, and up until that point, you did some foolish ass, dumb ass fucking shit that you did not recognize. So what made you do that then? If you said that this always who you were, then what made you the shit that you were doing? Who were you letting influence you? And even then, Oshun, being a divinator, honey, is a supreme being. Oshun is not controlled. So like I said, it's about frequencies. And to decode people's frequency, yes, you can feel their energy, but you also got to get to know that person. You also got to break down the numbers. Even going into this motherfucker that's twisted and so demented, I'm trying to figure out what numerology system, what number system, maybe it's the made up Gothic hoodoo system, I don't know, where they turn numbers into shapes and say, well, this turns into a box and you put that with that. I'm just like, bitch, that's that hocus pocus bullshit, because 4 could also be a motherfucking box. Bitch, 3 could turn into a motherfucking 8. And we all know that 3 and 8 is not linked together. Although 3 after 5 equals 8. That's how 8 is 3 after 5. But anyway, but that's not a numerology system. That's not a number system. So I'm like, motherfuckers just be saying shit to say shit. And because they sit out here and break shit down, because they got a master's of acting. They got a bachelor in acting, honey. They got a BA in acting, honey. But they can break shit down like they read and revise it so they don't get plagiarized, right? Plagiarized, whatever. They sound like they know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, bitch, get out my face. Tell me what number system that is. Please let me know. Because we go to the old ways. We go to the old ways, girl. We go to the old system. Ancient Kemetic. That's what we go to. We go through those systems, honey. You know, so what system is it that 7 become a box? Because 11 could also become a box. 4 could also be a box. 9 could also be a box. You really think about it, everything could be a box. You know, 1 could be a box. 2 could be a box. Girl, let's talk about it. 2 could be a box. Like, girl, every number you think of could be a box. Possibly except for 3 and 8, because like I said, it is some curvature there. But I think it also could be a box too, because you have those digital alarm clocks. The 8 looked like boxes of 1s. It was like 1, 2, 3, 1, you know, and that made it 8. So I think that can also be, and the 3 as well. The 3 could be straightened out, and that could turn into 2 boxes in 1. So I'm just trying to figure this out of how this bitch make up her own analogy and pass it on as knowledge. Like, I'm a real occultist, but yeah, you talking about gays are not in Yoruba and you straight people need to not get work done from gay people? That don't sound like a spiritualist to me. That sounds like a self-hating bitch. That sounds like a bitch that needs to learn a thing or two about spirit. The spirit don't give a fuck about men or women, gay or straight. All spirit care about is respect and energy. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ain't no spirit don't mess with you because you're white. Oh, that spirit don't like you because you're gay. Oh, that spirit don't like you because you're black. Oh, that spirit don't like you because you're tall. Oh, that spirit don't like you because you're fat. Oh, that spirit don't like you because you're black. Like, really? Like, that's you making that spirit a person, because that's the only way you can relate to it. And if you found out that Oshun loves gays because she do, then you're not connected to that. So you have to take on that connection with Oshun. You have to say, well, I accept Oshun, but I don't accept the fact that she likes gays. So let me just act like she doesn't like gays, and let me talk about that. You also don't know Oshun then, girl. Honey. Okay? You also don't know Oshun. Hold on. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nope. 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 We ain't doing that. Nope. 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 Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. That's like too much love to fight. Come on. Come on. Too much love to fight. Come on. You said it. Hello, Melly, Melly, Melly. Yes. Today's the day of our lady, honey, La Morena. Come on. Come on, Melly, 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 Melly. I can twerk to that. Come on. So we could be of the same spiritual lineage of an extended master. You can call it that. I think an ascended master is a person who lived in physical form, who learned their lessons, and who ascended into the higher realm, and they're going to stay there. So they're not necessarily a god or a goddess or a deity, but they're a human who you now venerate, like Mother Teresa. She is considered an extended master. Um, there's many people out there, many leaders that have passed on. People are like, oh, they extended into a higher place, and they're not going to reincarnate no more because this is their last lesson. So, so yes, you could definitely be this. You could definitely be of the same spiritual lineage as an extended master. Yes, we call that baby sis spirit. Yes, Sam. Yes, Sam. He said spirit. Mm-hmm. My sister, honey. There you go. Hey, girl, ain't nobody here, y'all. What's right here, y'all, is an altar. There's a window with a black sheet on it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. She did. I know. I know she did. It's okay though. 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 You don't love her. You don't love her. That's my sister. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. One more question. How do you find your spiritual ancestry? Well, very easy. See, a lot of people ask this question, Renee. Who's first? And shout out to the spiritualists who actually did a video on it. After I did a video on it, because they watch, they watch. They don't comment, they don't talk, they don't say thank you, they don't give a shout out to me. They'll say shout out to, that transgender person because they're afraid that people are going to say, oh, you down with the transgender? Anyway, but when it comes to veneration, who comes first is your ancestors. And what happens is your ancestors versus deities. Your ancestors come first. There are spirits that are actually linked to you, though. If you do not have a way to connect to them, you connect to your ancestors. But if you have a way to connect to the spirits that are with you, which are considered guiding spirits, sort of say, then you will go straight to them and then your ancestry. But either way, how you find your spiritual ancestry is through venerating your ancestors and the spirits that are with you. And when I say spirits that are with you, we're not talking about Orishas, because Orishas are definitely wonderful. They're definitely powerful. When we're speaking about spirits that are with you, that's why I said there's a lot of spirits that are with people, but there's only certain ones that we can call by name. But you will know these spirits that are with you because you will have dreams about them once you start connecting with them. And it's very simple to connect with them. People ignore that. They think you have to be elaborate. As people always do, magic is not elaboration. It's not about spending $1,000 on candles or any of that. It's about what's here. So that's how you will find your spiritual ancestry. You will focus on that energy, and that energy will pop up. It's like me sitting here, I kept thinking about my mom, and bam, she blew me up. Even though we were supposed to go have breakfast at 11 o'clock, and of course we were supposed to have breakfast yesterday and the day before that, and I stayed asleep. So, like I said, when energy is conjured, in the art of conjuration, we're talking about that in this class. When energy is conjured, that's what evocation is. Evocating energy is conjuring and summoning up a certain frequency. Once that's conjured up, it has to meet you. It has to meet you. It has to meet you. So once you learn how to tap into that energy, Renee Thomas, that's how you're going to know exactly what your spiritual ancestry is. You will start to develop behaviors, mannerisms, ideas. Why am I so drawn to this culture? Why am I so drawn to this part of the earth? Well, I've had dreams about this part of earth, and someone's going to speak about it. You're going to say, fuck, I had a dream about that. Like, I mean, that's just one example. But you're going to definitely have signs to let you know what it is. And you got to pay attention. That's what I always tell people too. Magic is not just about burning candles and when you're done, you go party. I had a conversation with one of my sisters about this the other day, where we were talking about how a lot of people talk about after you do rituals, you could just close your eyes, dum, 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 or you go for a walk, or you can go party to get your energy back. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what kind of process of work is this? Because I do real shit. But I don't do that fake Google shit and Raven Bucket, but I do real shit. And the whole process of doing spiritual work is to tap into the spirit realm. While you're doing that work, you got to always keep your eyes open and your ears open, because spirit will talk to you. Spirit will show you what you need to know. A lot of people are not doing that. This is why your work is not manifesting, because you're just burning candles, saying your prayers, and you're doing your thing. You're not listening. You're talking, but you're not fucking listening. Spirit is showing you signs. Spirit is telling you shit. You're just so concerned about other bullshit. So, like I said, while you're doing that process, you have to pay attention to what's being said. As soon as you say spirit, I want to know who my spiritual ancestors are, you need to have your ears open until you get that answer. And it shouldn't take months and years. Ask spirit last year, December, and this year, December, spirit showed me who my spiritual ancestors were. No, baby girl. It doesn't work that way. If you ask spirit what it is, it should be within the week that you're going to get what you get. So you need to pay attention. What cultures are being brought up to you? What names people are saying? We're not talking about YouTube people. We're talking about people in real life. Because spirit don't just use YouTube to talk, honey. You know, the electronics is considered machines. And we all know that machines is considered antichrist. No tea, no shade. Okay, your brain is a computer. So we're talking about interactions with other people. And that's another thing too, where I want to talk about people who only go on dating sites to meet people and who only use YouTube and these websites to communicate with people. If you're only interacting with people via the computer, you're setting yourself up for failure. You need to get out in person and touch hands, hug people, smell people, excite all the senses in your body, because that's how spirit communicates to you. And they always say there's three ways. You have someone verbally saying it, you visually seeing it, and another source could be the computer or the radio. But electronics is one source. So when I talk about you go on YouTube, everybody's talking about Sound Lamont and you're like, oh, I'm supposed to work with her. When I talk about that, I'm talking about when you're out in public and you're minding your business and somebody mentioned that. That's spirit talking to you. So you need to always be careful and very vigilant of what you're doing when you're doing spiritual work. There's also motherfuckers that know you're doing spiritual work and they want to get in on that. That's why you abstain from certain interactions and certain practices while you do spiritual work. Because people, they know that they can smell that. People can be like, this motherfucker doing a money ritual. Let me get up on that. That's what I say. I pay attention to that shit, honey. When you're doing shit and people calling and blah, 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 and it's like, bitch, yeah, we'll see each other on Tuesday. Tuesday next week? Yes, girl. What? Yeah, because I'm doing something, honey. I'm busy. Like, bitch, you ain't tapping in on that. No tea, no shade. And then some people are used for other people's purposes. Like, other people will act like they don't like you. Fuck that bitch. And then they'll be like, well, hey, you should hit her up and see what's going on. And that person will hit you up and be like, hey, girl, how you doing? And it's like, bitch, I know what you're doing. You need this energy up over here. You need this frequency. Honey, you need this frequency, baby girl. Anyway, but yes, spiritual ancestry, how you tap into that. There's many, many ways, but you need to pay attention. I'm actually talking about that in the art of conjuration. The art of conjuration class, we're talking about evocating energy. So since Jesus is an extended master, do Christians got it wrong with worshiping him? Well, I don't know if I would say Jesus is an extended master because there's no proof that Jesus actually lived. There's theories of who Jesus was, but can we see the real image? And no, we don't want to see Caesar Borgia. I think that's his name. We don't want to see him. We don't see that Roman king. Can we see an image of who Jesus really is if he's an extended master? But I definitely think that Jesus is a metaphorical figure. So people following him or worshiping him, I wouldn't say they have it wrong, but I would just say that's probably why they're trapped where they're at now. They're not being freed. Because we all know that it's about venerating, not worshiping. Worshiping and veneration is two different things. Okay, worshiping has become a servant too. You're not a servant of Jesus. It says the only way to my Father is through me. So you go through Jesus to get to God. God is who you serve. You don't serve Jesus. Jesus is the mediator. We all have an intercessor. That's who Jesus is. Even going into metaphysical or the metaphorical reasoning of the cross. Jesus being hung on the cross and the whole positioning of the body. You know about the Greeks and how they have the sign of man as this man on this wheel with his arms stretched out, his legs wide open. Honey, do you know what that stance even mean in the ancient world, which a lot of people don't? And the legs being crossed, honey, and why St. Peter was actually hung upside down and they believe that he's the devil. See, there's a lot of some people don't do their research on, they just go by what people say. But Jesus, like I said, metaphorically, in the third hour, he was extended, right? But going, even taking away the three and all that, let's go into him being hung. The cross is basically 11, bam, crossed over. Jesus hung on that as the gatekeeper, going into a shoe. People don't know this. A shoe, Papa, Elegba, these are also avatars, or he's also avatars, representation of Jesus. Very similar energy. And I always tell people there's three Jesus. People don't know that, but there's three Jesus. Of course, you got the white one, which they talk about a lot in America and in Europe and other parts of the world, but you got two more Jesuses that nobody talks about. Only these cultures know about this Jesus. So people say that you're making a mockery, Satanists make a mockery of Jesus Christ. Really? Or is it the other way around? Who would you know? How would you know? People were practicing Satanism before Jesus even came about. No tea, no shade. Can we talk about it? Can we talk about it? Angels fell from heaven before Jesus was born. So is Satanists really copying Christianity? Or is it the other way around? Because if Christianity is so wholehearted and so truthful, then why you have the book of Mary not in the Bible, the Egyptian gospel not in the Bible, the book of Enoch not in the Bible? I mean, why are all these books taken out of the Bible? And why they only got certain scriptures and they rewrote certain scriptures? Some scriptures repeat itself, like Matthew and Mark. They were saying the exact same fucking shit. I think you got Mark 11:23, Matthew 17:11, like same fucking thing. It's saying the exact same thing. Because they ran out of things to say. They so connected to the Most High, they so divine with the Most High that the Most High just said, "Hey, I need you to repeat this over and over again." Girl, bye. You're so backwards. You got it so wrong. You got it so wrong, honey. But yeah, like I said, I don't think they got it wrong, but definitely they need to understand what that Jesus consciousness is, what that Christ consciousness is, who Jesus in America is, why that even came about. What made people in America start worshiping something from the Middle East? Because Jesus didn't die in the land of America. No tea, no shade. Why was that even brought to this country? And why was it brought in the image of what the Bible doesn't say? Because the Bible talks about Jesus and God being brown skinned and eyes of redness and all the good stuff, bronze colored skin. So where's that Jesus at? I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know. I don't know, honey. And yeah. But anyway, yes, delete hate and talk about it. Come on. Anyway, y'all, love and light. Y'all gotta get ready and go, y'all. We'll be back for the call-in tonight, okay? Love and light, peace and blessings. Love and light, love and light, love. this dog is so mad right now, y'all. You know, we've been doing a lot of teas for my sister, and he's picking up that energy. Someone actually did something and actually sent a picture of it, and they caught something on camera. And I said, honey, you know what you know. And like I said, real people don't got to talk about shit, bitch. It is what it is, honey. But he definitely sensed my sister. I kid you not, y'all. There's nothing over here. There's nothing over here tangible. Like for real, there's nothing. Nothing to where he could be looking and be like, what is that? There's nothing. Like there's nobody physically here. There's no blinking lights. There's nothing here physically. Thank you. So anyway, love and light. Thank you all. You're welcome, Renee. You're welcome, Plant Care. Bye, everybody. And thank you all for stopping by here, honey. Happy Monday, or excuse me, happy morning. Happy Wednesday. Today is the quality day, honey. So I'll see you guys soon, honey. I got to get dressed. Ooh, honey, I'm going to have to drink me a cup of coffee too, honey. This video kind of drank the hell out of me, honey. As soon as you wake up, this phone about to die too. As soon as I wake up, honey, I'm on here talking about some maybe I tapped into her nasty, eerie energy. Maybe I'm tapping into that. So now I feel disgusted and I want to go cleanse my body because I was talking about swine-ish energy. And that's another thing too. Motherfuckers need to talk about swine energy and human energy. Are you manifesting swinish energy or fucking human energy, bitch? There's a lot of these swines out here manifesting with swine energy, and they got y'all thinking that they're doing some shit, bitch. Pigs will only manifest certain levels of things, honey. No tea, no shade. Anyway, let me go. Love and light, everybody. Peace and blessings, honey. Happy Wednesday. And I'll see you guys again later today. Honey, yeah, bitch. You're going to love seeing me today, honey. Don't be like, bitch, yes, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, possibly, let me stop because she's going to have me doing that now. How do you even do that, girl? Like that. Possibly, y'all, possibly 6 o'clock. Ooh, girl, shit, I can't do that shit. Possibly 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, because I'm going to be running some errands with my mom. So possibly 6 o'clock, okay? But yeah. See you guys later. Love and light. Like I said, today's last day for that motherfucking class to join to get the early bird special. Who you doing? Bye for now, y'all.